Woo! Shit, what up? We are gathered here around this beautiful table once again to play a beautiful game of Pathfinder 2nd Edition because this is a tale of dice.
This is the tale of dice? I'm not
to play a beautiful game.
We need a vocalizing woman or guy just
Is someone running the stream currently on one of their devices?
vocalizing woman or guy just
What do you mean with those words?
How did you do it?
Because the sound is coming back to me. But I think I might be able to fix
to
it.
you
People in the chat room, how is the stream for you guys? Any weird noises? or
Yeah, there's this huge echo, and there seems to be... Hey, at least we have some
Stream for you guys. Any weird noises? or
At least we have some technical difficulty.
As always.
Hey, let me just test and see where the sound is coming from.
Nee, gewoon daar tussen jullie in. Gewoon daar komt het al helemaal goed. I'm not gonna reach. Niet nu. Niet nu vastzit. In Azkaban.
I'm stuck.
Is it? I think it. Do you have the stream open on your device?
I have. Oh. We all have the stream open.
Enable anti-lux.
No, but the thing is, I didn't even hear it because like the box wasn't working properly. Sorry. All shame belongs to me.
I was so confused. I was like, shit, what button did I press to do this?
About your sort of technical difficulty.
I have been the technical difficulties for this day. I hope you guys are glad for it. In the meantime, can you maybe put up the volume just a little bit because I can still hear the music coming from our beautiful box.
Yeah, we need to hear.
I think that the music on your end is okay, right, Charlie? Yeah, so it's just for us.
No.
Very good.
Just immediately.
So, with that, I do believe that we have officially dunked the technical difficulties for today.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, jinx it, why don't you?
What?
knock on wood is what we
The
say.
table is wood.
Well, it's.
Just whatever, man. Shall we play a game?
Sorry.
Let's lose our respect.
That was terrible. That was my bad.
The arrogance of Charlie knows no bounds.
Actually, before we do get started, I have a little announcement to make. Today, I am 5 months sober again. Not this stuff, though. This stuff is gold.
But hell yeah.
Yay.
Good job, babe.
Thank you.
Nice. Good job.
But
High on life.
Yeah, but
with that being said, the music is again gone.
my
It's
music
not
is
my
playing.
fault. No, but our music is not.
Well, I mean, who cares about you?
Like it is our
I
fault.
think.
Hey, chronically by what up? Zero Gradian, the Deco, Grimboy. Ooh, Sean Kaisi. We got all these people in the house. I love it.
All right. So while you fix the music for our lovely viewers is there for the count. So to jump back into our beautiful game. Last we left off, our heroes, known as the Pack, had gathered within the vast city of Farwater, but after concluding their business there, were setting out on a new journey. A new journey that would eventually lead them to Crowan's hometown of Torsica, where hopefully they might uncover and fix the haunting that is happening to Crowan right now. But to get there, the journey would be long and treacherous.
Before we get to the haunting, we get to the hunting.
Because after becoming a sort of semi-celebrity group within Farwater, a lot of different guilds, noble houses and the like all extended their hands in cooperation and friendship, and offering you a multitude of different jobs, one of which you have actually taken up, the hunt of some owlbears. Because one of the larger noble houses within Farwater, known as Thorncleft, has a beautiful group of artisans under their wing, leather workers, and also the Thorncleft Hunters Guild. And seemingly, within these lands, a herd of owlbears had made it just into the territory of the Thorncleft house. In so doing, you would have a small window of opportunity to travel to these owlbears, slay a couple of them, and sort of be first to not only be able to like get the carcasses towards the leather workers and have like beautiful suits of armor made by the Thorncleft peoples, but also having the bragging rights for that family to be the first ones to slay these beasts. You have also went in on a little bit of extra negotiations, and with some honeyed words of Tarouche, you also found out that there might even be a bigger prize out there if you would be daring enough, because owlbears are already fearsome creatures. But somewhere within this group, an owlbear matron must also roam, and if you guys would be able to kill that son bitch, the pay would be great.
Some money.
Yeah, down with the matriarchy.
But because time is of the essence with all of this, all of you would need to find your way towards the owlbear herd swiftly and straight through. Therefore, the Thorncleft estate has offered you nice little transport on their very own airship, known as the Razor Leaf, which not only holds a couple of ballistas for self-defense, but also a large space in the middle for all the different owlbear carcasses, should you find, kill them, and need them moved towards the Thorncleft estate. So, last we left off, all of you just embarked upon the Razor Leaf and set off into a cloudy, cold, but otherwise refreshing sky. Now, before we actually jump into the game, small announcement once again, because we are now back into the actual adventuring part of our group. We also have new story beats that can be bought. So a couple of new things are available for those that have the llama points, but also do remember that you can bypass the whole queue if you don't want to spend all of your llama points on it by just giving us your money. No, but if you spend 1,000 bits on a beautiful chair, you will get one of the story beats free of llama point charge. And next to that, also do realize that we also still have like the wild card. So if you as a viewer would have some certain part that you would like to add into the story, we'll roll with it and we'll just see how that chaos goes.
Have we met Nidico's NPC yet?
Partly.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
And we haven't been fireballed in a while, so don't forget the wild magic surge.
And Shion Kaisi, indeed, the Wild Magic Surge is also still up, so if you want to instill more chaos, then that is, of course, at your disposal.
Yeah, I mean, I have to be fair. You guys haven't fucked with us in a while, which we appreciate, but also, are you guys okay?
Do you want to talk about it? Oh, well, I mean, 25% complete on that Wild Magic Surge. We're almost there already.
Oh, okay. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
So, as we tune into the party, right now, all of you have just left the Far Sky Spire, this gigantic pillar of beautiful blue stonework that operates as the skyport within the city of Farwater, and you are now making your way slowly but surely alongside the coast further south. to eventually find the woods where these owl bears should be situated.
Wait a second. We're on the airship and we're going somewhere slowly but surely.
Yeah.
Why? Airship slow? Go fast.
No, it's good. As fast as they can get.
Go fast.
Okay, then go fast.
Riding fastly and surely.
Fastly and surely. So, what you guys see right now, as soon as you have departed, is that we have the captain, Percival, that stands at the helm. And what you can see is that as soon as he actually begins to operate this vessel, you find that underneath his clothes, you see these arcane runes that have actually been tattooed on his very skin begin to glow up, and with it all of the different crystals that counteract the forces of gravity also begin to glow up, as that is how he is attuned to this magical item known as a ship. And with that, he takes off. His first mate, a birdfolk or Aarakocra named Ren, stands at the ready, taking a look around the place. And you see the three triplets, the three blue tieflings, just doing all kinds of small labor work as they just cast it off and were on their way towards the sky. So with that, pack members, what would you like to do?
I have a couple of questions. Like, as a general security concern, I would like to ask whoever would know. I suppose the deckhand could also know. Is like the ship, can it lose a couple of crystals, or like suppose that something crashes into it and one crystal falls off, are we then doomed? How does that work?
The captain, who right now is having a little bit of an easy time just leaving the city limits, you see him like salt and pepper beard, like mid-40s somewhere, nice skipper's cap, a dark green long overcoat that is now slowly flapping in the wind as he begins to speak and says, "Do not worry, Master Crowan. The ship can lose a couple of crystals, but more so, let's just hope that we don't find anything that might actually be stupid enough to attack an airship." And as you go towards the side of the ship itself is about 60 to 80 feet long. At the widest side, it is like 30 feet across. And as you like peer alongside it, you find that there are like two decks beneath it. So you have like the normal deck where you guys are standing on, and then like sub-level 1 and sub-level 2. And then in the middle of it, there's like this long row of all these crystals built into the side of the ship. It's this like nice green and dark blue like ribbon. And you see that like at the front and at the back, there are these very large ones, and then very many small ones underneath, all like pulsing in this almost seeming like alive.
Okay. Second question. No, go ahead. It's not my turn. It's up. Your turn.
Is there a crow's nest?
There's not, because there aren't any like actual sails on this. You do find that there are where you would actually expect the sails to be. There are also two large crystals like embedded into the deck itself. But otherwise, the top is just flat wood, and then you have like a cabin, I guess, like at the back end. And on top of it, right now, the captain is standing with his first mate on the side.
So the captain is at the highest point of the ship?
Sort of, yeah.
I'm gonna go to the highest point of the ship.
And you stand next to the captain and his first mate, Ren.
How's Nox doing?
How would Nox be doing? Like, do you, does Nox have fear of heights by any chance?
Probably not a fear of heights in general, because he's a monkey. He lives in trees.
I would say go ahead and roll me a fortitude save for Nox. Just see like how all his let me just take a look at
Because there were only a couple that he would take.
I think the saves are yours.
I can give you the stats. Fortitude would be let me quick look. Oh, it's your stats.
Did you roll high?
My test. Okay.
Familiars,
So that's 22 total.
all right, that's pretty decent. Like, it's weird. Like, I would say that Nox and you have been on ships before, so a large seafaring vessel suddenly picking up speed and beginning to move might be something that he's already a little bit familiar with. it's a new level, quite literally, to also have it go up. And he did like push his nails into you just a little bit more, like, but still very curious, like holding you tight, but also like, beginning to look out, like,
Yeah, I can imagine him
going
like
on there?
running towards the railing and then nope and running back.
Actually, also like shaking his head while he does so, like, nope.
We have a ghost image.
Ooh,
It's very spooky this time.
spooky indeed.
Glitter farting airship. I love it.
Which is actually very nice because like the ship has these two large, it does have quote unquote sails, but they're more like wings. There are two large wings, one each situated like on the left and the right side of the ship, like 2/3 of the way back. And there's like, now as you guys have actually left Far Sky Spire and you are picking up speed, they like flap outward, and as soon as they do it, it is as if that pressure or change in pressure actually allows the confetti to
So,
from the back.
Just a question. Like, this level would be the ship. This is where the captain is.
Uh-huh.
Is there like a railing around the captain? I assume
Yeah.
so.
Y'all wanna see the ship?
Yeah, show me the ship.
Is
Yeah.
it time for mutiny already? You're gonna push him up?
I just.
He wants to go much higher.
So
Airship.
we can go to the battle map.
Hey,
There it is.
So it has like.
So you have like around this side, like all the way around, and on this side, those crystals are embedded, like in the middle of the ship. And then you have like 3 ballistas at the ready, and you can already see that like the whole front of the ship basically, right here, like both of the levels downward is just like one big empty space. And as you take a couple of steps towards and peer inside, you can see like old blood stains and large, pretty well-kept chains. Like this ship, as part of a vast hunters guild, is probably not only used to ship carcasses, but perhaps also some live specimens now and again.
And our horses.
This looks higher than where the captain is right now.
Yeah. Basically, that is like one step upward, but it's basically the same because you can see like this is like one railing, right?
Yeah.
There you go. And it goes like all the way around, and here you have like actually 2 stairs going upward.
I asked you to be on the highest part of the ship.
Excuse me.
So I'm gonna take a few steps back and just sort of like sit on the railing at the back of the ship. And-
Technically, the first mate Ren is higher than that point, so you would actually have to climb on his shoulders if you want to reach the highest point. So
Do it.
It's
Promote.
just Edge just finally wants people to look up to them, and now's their chance. I get it.
You can just push him down.
mean. You guys are so mean.
No.
Ed just wants to have a nice view
of course,
the
of
world
course.
and write a fucking poem.
And
write a poem.
and as you take your position right over there, you actually do also see the beautiful stream of fart confetti that jettons outward from the back at that point.
Absolutely.
Right, poem about that.
Nox is just on my shoulder, like doing the excited monkey.
Here. I'm not sure if this is going to actually be a battle map, but
My bad. Cameras got switched around.
God damn it, Johnny.
Yeah, also, I was trying to get a lay of the battle map, and Charlie kept, like,
Well, do you
moving
want
it
me to
around.
run the stream or not?
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's just like I was trying to focus and you'd move it, and I'd have to, like, refocus, and then I'd focus
dear.
again, and you'd move it. It's just the worst timing.
Here, but look at this part. And this one.
Uh-huh.
And there we go.
Great.
better? Better.
Coin has a second question.
Very well.
So we expect to be making, finding a lot of owlbear carcasses and making sure they're quite dead. Problem with dead owlbear carcasses, they're hard to move.
We have
So,
ponies.
well, we only have 5 ponies.
We don't have
means-
ponies.
We have horses.
5 horses.
No, we have,
That means
that's even
5
better.
owlbear carcasses.
Yeah, but we can.
You have to put them
we can
on
take-
the horses. That's
Yeah, but
like.
that-
so
that-
heavy.
that-
we can put them behind the horses just on the
Drags,
ropes.
which also
Well, if we take like
That will go on
kegs
them.
with acid with us or barrels or something, and then we dissolve the owlbear.
Yes, but then
We
we
need
don't
to keep
have
the
the
horses.
actual owlbears to bring back.
No, but
they need a
there
fur.
was.
There would be a contract again.
We
No,
can
but
make like
they
the
came to pick it
triangle
up.
things with trees, and then tie that to the back of the horse. The owlbear on the like the Native Americans do.
We have magic. Can we just
No,
do something with like
they will pick the carcasses up. We only have to kill them.
This is my question. Is
Pretty
it
sure an
possible?
owlbear is bigger than a horse.
Is it possible that maybe we find a clearing and then you can go to a closer location to us and pick up the carcasses, or do we have to drag them all back to where you drop us off?
Yeah, I imagine if they're floating over us, they drop 2 ropes, we tie up the owl bears, and then they just pull them up or something. Do you have like a pulley system? I see Doctor nodding.
As you indeed begin to ask these questions,
We did not think this
bird
through at all.
folk first mate steps forward and says,
said yes.
"Hi, we didn't really have the time to prep all of you beforehand, but we do have the equipment at the ready. Aether, show them." And one of the blue tiefling just like steps up for a moment, nods, and beckons all of you, and he begins to like open up that one space, and it just actually shows that they have like these large ropes and indeed pulley systems that they can like affix to the side of the ship to carry them up. Because the airship to land it in like wild territory as forests, that might actually do some damage, so they won't be doing that. So they will actually be like what do you call it? Like landing down. What is that?
Like a beam? Tractor beam?
Well, not really tractor beam, just like a rope. But you guys will have to just like slide down the ropes.
Abseil.
Abseil. Thank you. You guys will have to abseil.
So I can stay
Propel
there
also-
stationary.
Excuse me.
You could stay stationary in the air.
Aye.
Can stop. Okay. Okay, so that's. And is there a way we can beckon you to come to our location so that it would be easier for us to not have to carry all the corpses that we'll be making?
Eventually, yes, but do realize that this ship is a carrying vessel, not deemed hefty enough for actual combat.
No, we'll do the combating. We just want
you-
not to have to clean up the corpses.
Do you have a cart or something in the hold?
Aether? Not that I can see, sir. Sorry,
Maybe buy a cart and put it in the hold, you know,
It's not really that we don't have
for
them,
carrying
it's just...
purposes.
It's not really that we don't have them, it's just that we got this assignment on very, very short notice.
We did make them hurry.
We have to go. Oh, I will ask it as a yes. We have to go down with the rope,
Yeah, indeed.
but we have horses, yeah.
I thought that the whole idea was that the horses would stay on the ship for now until you would actually
But the
leave.
horses are in the space that the owl bears go.
But the owl bears will be dead.
But would it fit?
You take a couple of steps forward, and indeed, like the entire front side of the ship is just like one big cargo space. So that is like 30 by 30 by 15 feet.
If you pile them properly, we'll be able to fit tons and tons of carcasses.
Are they big?
I've done it
Because
before.
I think they are big, but maybe they're just like little
I
bears.
bet these men know how to make it fit.
Yeah, but no, but like you horses, right? They have like those 4 legs, just like those plastic chairs. You can stack them on top of each other, and
Yeah,
then they take. Yeah, you can stack the
going to stack
horses.
the okay.
You can stack the horses, and then they don't take as much space.
Okay. But good to know that you can come to our location. But what do we use to call you to ours to our place? So that because we don't have horses to carry the owlbears. So.
Do we have a whistle?
We would have some whistles here
Alarm.
at the ready, but
Could you please give Kerwin a chance to properly ask questions?
No. I also have another question.
Can we drop Olam off already?
No.
Or we could just dangle her
was a
below the
good
ship.
idea.
Just tie her to some rope.
like
just
pouting over there.
dangling beneath the ship.
I do
We
have
could
an
do
opinion
that.
about
We're all okay with that.
Well, Tech, I believe if Olam uses a few of her spells, she'll be able to gently float
Oh, yeah.
behind the ship.
But I won't be useful if we are going to fight.
Okay.
Because I can't.
I understand.
use them. Okay.
Back to the issue.
I will use one
How
of
do
my
we call
spells
you?
on you. It's fine.
That will be something that we need to figure out right now. We do have some whistles that we could hand to you, but I understood that some of you also possess some magical means. If there is just any sign that can be shot out into the air, fire, lights.
Electric. Some.
Oh yeah, fireworks.
Some wait, we have fireworks.
We had.
We have the
What
ignite
fireworks do?
fireworks stuff.
Those would do splendidly.
Okay, cool.
We will be outside of the whole danger zone, but we won't be far off. Danger zone.
Danger zone!
Sorry, when did we get fireworks?
Spell.
The spell.
But I don't have it prepared though. I don't know if you do.
Well, we have a couple of days.
Well, I can make.
No, it's
Indeed.
like right outside of the city, right?
No, it's a little bit further on. It was,
my
it was,
bad, my
it was
bad.
1.5 days travel.
Okay.
So, so it's very good that you guys are actually going to win another day, which might also play into the plans of your competitors. But like, you guys will spend one night and then basically a whole day of travel if the winds are fortuitous. And then in the early morning, you guys should arrive fresh and fruity, where you will go hunt owlbears.
Yeah. And Crowing is gonna spend the time rebriefing Tarouche because he already made 2 comments showing he did not remember what we were supposed to do. Okay. No kidding. The humans.
Oh no, that was out of character. Those comments. I did not use my accent there.
Oh, okay, fair.
Because you will be killing the humans.
Okay, well,
I did
still
not seriously suggest dissolving the carcasses in acid.
Like that was basically part of the
just do
whole
it.
thing. You guys can like damage the carcasses. Like you can kill the owlbears. You don't have to be like very
about it.
careful about what kind of spells or something that you use. But they do need to be delivered in full.
yeah, okay.
I want to look
Great,
at the crystals.
Mhm.
Because I don't know what they are, and the only crystals I know are bad. So I want to investigate the crystals.
Very well. As you guys are jettoning yourselves outward into the open air, the first thing that you realize, because we are still living at like basically January, February, so we are in like the heart of winter right now, and as you guys are heading upward, thick cloaks around yourselves to keep yourselves a nice, comfortable temperature. You take a couple of steps forward to like the biggest one actually, which is in the middle of it, and you can see like a couple of barrels are stacked next to it, there's some ropes laying about. And how do you wish to investigate?
Just look at it.
Yeah, or do you want to look at it? Do you want to touch it? Do
I
you
want to touch.
Yeah? Okay.
And I want to try and feel.
You didn't sort your
No,
dice.
I tried, but I couldn't today.
Let chaos take the world. All right, so
You know what helps? Just having one pair.
I would say,
Weirdo.
do you wish to, because it's fairly clear that this is, at least in some certain way, magical stuffs, right? Do you wish to like use your magic capabilities to, or just are you really just going to touch?
I am going to touch, but I am going to try and use my holy stuff. Sort of. I don't have any special trait
Very well.
for that.
In that case, go ahead and make me a spell attack roll, which is basically just like a d20 plus how good you are at spell casting in general. So we'll just use that as you trying to magic your way through this.
Magic. That's,
that's good.
28.
Ooh. All right, so you take a couple of steps forward, and this large crystal, beautifully cut, very, very ornate, polished to a perfection almost. And you can see that it doesn't have any swirls inside it or anything, but you can see it almost breathing, like with like the ship itself. Sometimes like a hefty wind hose like hits the ship from the side, and you can actually like see it glow up a little bit as it tries to steady the ship. And as you take a couple of steps forward, you put your hand on it, and you feel a hefty, vibrant force of magic within. It almost reminds you a little bit of Shh, in a way that Shh is also very passionate and extroverted, if you will, very vital. And it seems that this crystal holds a large amount of not really positive energy as in good, but like Yeah, vitality is like the best thing that you can come up with. Although that is probably a word that Olam doesn't know. So
It's okay. Healthy magic, yes. I will go for healthy. Let's see. Yes. Okay. So not bad,
no.
but just
Very alive.
I want to try something because I've seen the ruins on the arms of the captain, right? Okay, I want to go to him. Totally going into his personal space, and see if it connects, like his vitality, health thing, if that's like the same as the stuff.
I will say, because you rolled like a 25 or something, or 28 even, I will say that as you take a look towards him and he's like a little bit uncomfortable, as you begin to like basically like sniff him a little bit. Yeah, so he does have like his long overcoat on, so you couldn't see like the actual runes like on his skin, but you saw them glow from underneath. And as you take a look at him, it does indeed seem that those tattoos, for lack of a better word, that he has, are indeed connected by that large crystal. And you can actually see that every time that that large crystal glows up, then you can see also like...
It's kind of like a heartbeat.
Yeah. Heartbeat-esque. Yep. Indeed.
I rolled a 28 on perception, so Edge is just kind of sitting there chuckling how weird some people are about personal space.
As
I
you
don't
touch,
have that issue.
as you touch the large crystal, however, one of the tiefling hands does step up, like gets one of the large ropes that is laid down there. It's like, be careful, ma'am. We could lose 1 or 2 crystals, but if the big one in the middle flares up, then we are indeed in trouble. So, like, it's stable, but just don't
Wait,
try
how
anything.
does that do that?
No
If I
touching.
touch, would it go boom?
No, touching is okay. I just don't know what you were actually trying to do.
Well, I'm not going to attack it because it's good.
Just
But if it turns bad, I will.
look.
Maybe.
I just imagine her like booping the thing non-stop while talking.
Basically, like the cats, like with the glass on the side of the table, like slowly pushing it off. And he like gets the rope better on his shoulder and goes, "Sorry, ma'am. It's just we departed on very short notice. You guys weren't properly briefed. We weren't properly briefed. Just be careful." Tick tick, and he goes.
I will not kill you. I try at least.
Okay, so as far as I understand, tieflings are pretty rare in most worlds.
We
But
just keep running into them.
Yeah. Like now 3?
Indeed.
Like, people are just banging demons and devils all over.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty. Yeah.
Have you ever seen a succubus or a or what's the other one?
Incubus.
Incubus. Thank you. Like, I get it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, yeah, no.
No,
Who knows
indeed,
what
yeah,
they can use the
it's
hooves
pretty,
of the tail for?
It's pretty peculiar.
I'm white. The guy I fucked was
We don't see the
red.
world through that lens.
The guy you fucked was more like purple, like deep purple, almost black.
These are blue.
Dubbity dubba die.
Aww, very sad.
Edges.
You're working on a rainbow.
Edges. Wheels are turning.
You wanna
Theories are forming.
you wanna collect like the whole rainbow?
Those,
Is that what you
yeah,
want?
I was just about to say those. Those tieflings always pushing their pride agenda on us.
Not so much that. I was
Edge
just
of
like,
incest.
What if they're all family?
Edge has no.
Well, you don't know.
That's as far as you know.
This all could be your brothers.
No,
and sisters.
mostly just like doing the ignoring
I love the
Charlie.
incest plot.
Which is very difficult to do. We try it all the time.
Oh, it looks like me. Let's fuck. No.
No. Okay.
No.
How our family functions work.
Okay, so it's just it's just sitting at the high point, looking at the blue tieflings, just wondering what their heritage might be, but understanding that it's very private to ask about that kind of stuff.
Go ahead and make me a.
Personal space we don't get, but private questions.
Go ahead and make me a society check real quick. Nothing too difficult.
Fail. It'll be fun. It's funnier when you fail.
That's a 4.
That's a 4? Okay, 4 is not really that much.
For a total of 4.
I mean, like there are a couple of things that you would know, like without a check. Certain things, like it's not that you rolled low, so now you don't know what's up or down anymore. You do indeed know that tieflings are pretty rare, and in a vast metropolis as Farwater, while you were walking the streets, which you had done for multiple days, you did indeed see very few tieflings. What you also know is that, perhaps even out of first-hand experience, a lot of racism against tieflings in certain circles. And as you take a look at these triplets that you see here, you see that there are...
Triplets?
Yep,
There's 3 of them?
there's 3 of them.
Fuck.
Yeah. Did you not catch that? I was like,
I thought it was
Ed's just gonna
2.
ask for foursome.
I thought it was 2. Yeah, no, I read that, and then you said triplets. And I thought there were 2.
No, triplets.
Let's see how the owlbear thing goes.
It's a whole family reunion.
Aether, Breva, and Cabian.
Okay.
And as you take a look at them, you do see that these guys, although they are wearing like the similar dark green and brown leathers of the Thorncleft house, and you might also have picked up on a small bit of information about the Thornclefts. That is, they are a house that basically scooped up all of the other pieces of worth that other houses were too racist to take a look at. So these, and you take a look at them, these guys are pretty scrawny. They have like scars on their faces and on their arms and the like. These are probably 3 kids from the streets that got given a chance to work on this place. And you do see that like all 3 of them, like up to, they're very much in sync with each other, and they do not seem to be roughhousing or be like what do you call it, like unfocused. They're doing their job. I'm here to do his job. I'm gonna do it, sir. They're going at it.
And once Corin's done with the questioning, he's gonna do some guard stuff, which is basically investigate the ballistas to see if they're in good working order. Then check the hold to see if there's any holes or any entry points that's possible for anything smaller than a dog. And basically trying to see if there's any reason to be worried about the condition of the ship.
As you basically do a little bit of small talk with the captain about this, like, hey, this is all very last minute. We would like to know what we are working with. Eventually, the captain just says, "Of course, Ren, give them a nice tour, sir." And he just basically takes you throughout the ship. The ballistas are, well, go ahead and make a, let's see here. Perception, unless you have some lore skill or whatever. But Tarus, you have warfare, right? As a lore skill.
I
Go ahead
think I do.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I do.
Yep, go ahead and make me a lore warfare.
Well,
Tarush is actually not really joining the tour,
Oh, fair
but
enough.
he's seen enough airships.
Of course you have, you bitch.
Wow.
We're not getting you.
Reaction.
No, it's like, I'm not joining the conversation. I thought people would be happy, but still, it's not.
You did realize that you said a thing, so now A got you for it, right? That's how it works.
You tried
Yeah,
to
it
end
was
this
just
conversation. Now you pay.
No, but Tarush is basically, he is enjoying the view though, so he's sitting on one end of the airship. He's just
Is it the highest point of the ship?
no, it's just somewhere in the middle of the deck. So he might get the conversation with over here, like catch a bit of it, but he's mostly working on writing in his spell book and working on his spell scrolls.
Gotcha. Well, in that case, go ahead, Crow, and make me a perception check then. Unless you have some certain skill that you would say is more fitted.
It's 18.
18. Right. You take a look at them. You see all 3 ballistas seem to be in pretty good condition. Like they're the wood that stretches out is very nice and oiled up, so it's like very subtle. You see like each and every one of them has like a one bundle of ballista shots like that is just put down there.
Oh, yeah.
Like actually just now, as like the deckhands, the triplets are basically getting everything in order. One of the things is like, oh yeah, ammunition at the ready.
Does it seem simple enough for me to use?
Well, let me take
going
a
down
look
with
real
us.
quick.
guess we get. You also have monsters with wings, you know.
Yeah, speaking of that,
So
I
you're
want
going to climb
I want
up?
to ask some questions as well.
Of course. Yeah. So basically, what it comes down to is that you could use one action to load up the ballista shot. They are not loaded right now because you're not going to have like a gigantic crossbow like with tension for like
Yeah, I
extended
mean,
periods of
probably
time.
they're unstringed even, I imagine.
Right now they are, and then
Yeah.
like the deckhands would like be getting them ready as these first couple of hours of the travel go by. So basically, you could use one action to load a shot, and then just another action to actually make an attack roll.
Okay.
Which would be a ranged attack, so that would be like your dexterity and then your proficiency. I would say that if you have proficiency in certain crossbow-like weapons, you would also have proficiency in this one.
I do.
So you could use that. How much damage it's gonna do? Well, that depends to be seen.
Surprise.
But it looks pretty decent. It looks pretty decent.
Cool.
All right. Next to that, you also take a walk throughout the ship to see if there are any holes, and you find that the outer layer of the ship is pretty well maintained. You already saw that the paint job of this beautiful dark green was pretty well kept, and you realize that although this is a transport vessel at the most, it is probably kept in very good condition as a status symbol as well. Because like if you see this beautiful dark green hull from the bottom, like whoa, go overhead, that is a badge of honor for the whole of the Thorncleft house. Okay.
Looking good.
Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, you do see that indeed. Like as you get to the front of the ship, where like the holding rooms are, it is like busted up and scratched and bloodied on the inside many times over. You do see that like the different chains that are connected there are very well maintained and like reinforced to make sure that if they would have like a creature here that they need to capture, it will not get away. But other than that, on the inside it looks pretty scruffy, but no real holes on the outside that something could like burrow in or anything like that. Right.
Sorry, I just moved and my hip went.
Ooh.
I'm over 30.
However, in this beautiful game, we are forever young. So, as you guys begin your first half day of travel, is there anything else that you would like to do? Is there? Would you like to talk to some tieflings? Would you guys?
Yeah,
I want to
Maxime?
start on bird signals with Oman.
Okay.
I want to recall some knowledge. Owl bears, do they fly? Can they fly?
You already made a check beforehand, and you knew quite a bit of owlbears. Owlbears cannot fly.
Cool. Not even like a chicken, like.
No. It's basically you get bear, and then instead of fur, you have feathers, but it's still like just a layer of feathers along like they don't really have wings.
In that case, I don't take earth.
I just like imagine Jack having heard stories of flying owlbears and just like being terrified each night as he looks out over the edge of the deck, like, are they coming for us?
Like, no offense, but a flying owlbear, that just sounds like an owl.
Well, I'm gonna get
thick
Theo
owl.
because he told me
Big
this and I've been scared for 2 years. An owlbear's gonna come get me.
Hell yeah.
He's gonna fly into my room.
All right, but is there anything else that you would like to do, Maxime? Or should I say Jacques?
Jacques?
No, I'm pretty okay. I'm preparing spells. I'm thinking about owlbears. And
Right.
I'm trying to not piss myself. So,
Because basically we will go now into like a half day's worth of travel, so you would have multiple hours. So, Crowan, anything you would like to do?
I wonder if anyone saw that.
Ron just had a bet with Edge before. He kind of enjoyed that. We're gonna see if Edge wants to have us round 2.
All right, so you walk up to Edge.
Hey, wanna bet?
I'm a little busy. Maybe later. When it's night and we go down, we have some drinks. It's fine. We'll do a card game this time. It'll be good.
Is there anything that you guys would like to?
I prepared the deafen spell and cast it on myself.
I was like, I can't do these noises, but Edge has had a long time to practice them. So,
I cast sleep on myself.
All Oh my god, I would love that spell.
So we're gonna be working on 2 bird calls. The crow is gonna be for danger. And we're gonna do a wood owl. And Edge will tell you all about what the difference is between a wood owl or barn owl.
Yep.
And the wood owl is gonna be coast clear.
If the coast,
Okay.
it's
and
just
what
say
is-
the coast.
And what is a barn owl? What's the barn owl noise? Coast unclear?
It's I haven't thought about Ave hasn't thought about that yet.
But it's coming.
I wonder if there's like a sentence we can make with crow and crows. Like I'm sure
I
there's
can't
nothing.
wait to stand in the woods, hear an owl, and think, what an owl is this? I'm standing in the woods. I'm presuming that every owl that I hear is a wood owl.
But just because the coast is clear doesn't mean that shouting the coast is clear is a good idea. Like if you're hunting, you don't want to make too much noise to scare off your prey. So making a woodland noise is a better idea.
Yeah.
I will say, both of you go ahead and make. Yeah, this is going to be performance.
Oh,
Can I maybe say that it makes sense also to be survival?
I like that.
Because
I
like
will
we're
allow it.
hunting,
For me, performance.
survival
For me, survival.
So that
I will allow
she
it.
knows the
Yeah.
noise, and then for her, survival because she knows about the animals.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Do I know about?
That's
Okay.
the second 4 I've rolled
Wait,
on
wouldn't that be
today.
nature?
But it's a total of 8.
Total of 8.
So survival?
Survival for you then.
Just gonna rub the 20 a little bit.
Yeah.
Wait, I had a hero point, right?
Don't use your hero point like
Of
that.
course I'm gonna use it on
You
that.
have the hero point. The hero point is yours to use as you command.
That's an 8. That makes it a 12. That's 8.
That's higher.
Don't encourage this, chat.
She does not. Ed does not get that hero point back.
No. I was looking at the chat. Like, why not encourage this?
But no, I mean by giving more hero points to
We're
you when you're using
adorable.
them.
And at 24.
Yeah.
All right. So
That's
basic bird calls. This isn't like a within the Pathfinder rules. You have things that are associated to a certain level, and with those the DCs skyrocket pretty fast. But you also have like basic things, which just follows like the DCs that we also know from 5th edition, so like 5, 10, 15, etc., etc. So to just make a couple of bird calls, a 10 is what you need. So as you guys are taking a moment to shout these bird calls, Edge has a little bit of difficulty getting like the pitches right sometimes. Like, but you know what they should.
been a while. It's
Yeah,
been a
and
while.
you know what they should sound like. So even though you might have some difficulties with actually making them, you could at least point out to Olam, like, no, a little bit high pitch. That's it. And then eventually, with her survival skills, you do find these nice little sounds that you expect wouldn't arouse too much suspicion in the animal life or perhaps other hunters in the vicinity. So we will say that if you guys wish to communicate using like those short sounds, you guys will be able to. Oh yeah. Darush, is there anything that you would like to do this day?
Yeah, Tarush is not really interested in talking to the staff. He's just gonna, we're just here on business, you know, why make friends? I'm not gonna see them after this hunt ever again. So Tarush is gonna just sit on the edge of the ship until it slowly becomes dark, after which he will move somewhere where there's light, where he can hold up a candle or, oh no, wait, one of his ever-burning candles.
Hey.
Are you gonna watch me and Crow and take each other's money?
Take each other's money for
No, I'm
what?
gonna just take her money.
You're going to
Head there.
gamble.
No thievery.
Sorry,
Gamble.
We're gonna be gambling.
Oh, yeah, fair. Yeah, Tarush will be, like, working on his spells, like, casually while also watching you. He, like, once the pack starts socializing, he will join in for a little bit while doing his own thing. Yeah. So, at the end of the day, I will make a roll for my spell learning.
Very well. All right. Then, as this first day trickles on forward, my camera moved a little bit. Good. Still.
Off, can you-
Yeah, Maxim, you have...
Dave, could you perhaps?
No, it's okay.
No,
That's good.
No, not a little bit to my side. To here.
Go. You go you first. Go.
Yeah, now you're outside now.
Outside out of mind.
Maxine,
Where's
Doing some
Maxine?
very-
Ah!
Some very risky
do a
business
regular
down
sit,
there.
please.
Sit.
I got it.
Sit.
Cool. Hey, how you doing, Lo?
Hello there, buddy.
Hey there.
Hey, your friends.
Right.
So yeah, as soon as Olam, figures out, okay, so a crow means this and a wood owl means this. Night comes.
Bring it.
Well, before we get to that, as this first day of travel transpires, Charlie, could you go ahead and roll me a random d20 in the chat, please?
Why is it not only now you say random one? Were the previous ones not random? Is that what you're saying?
Because this is like for a random encounter table.
Ah,
That is a 10.
10.
Now, I feel like it's kind of tilted, so maybe we should know.
All right.
Yeah, that's really good.
Average.
No, 10 is fine. So, as you guys venture forth on the Razor Leaf, you see that the cloudy sky throughout these first couple of hours begins to getting more and more dark. And you guys left the port at around noon, and around like 3 or 4 at the moment that you guys are basically putting the final touches on your bird calls, having like some weird looks from the actual bird person standing next to you sometimes as you do.
We're saying, Dick! Dick!
Like you like, calm down, Ren. You've been through this many times over.
You two are just practicing, but to him, this is the racist screaming he's been hearing all his life.
Or even worse, sidewalk, envelope. Envelope on a sidewalk.
No, just like people making bad bird sounds at him, as he's walking across the street.
Oh,
Yeah, poor guy. Like you see him being triggered, treating downstairs.
Do we have to say
crying.
sorry now?
Do birds cry?
Looking a bit
Well,
weird.
now he does.
Pass him to go below deck.
He rolled high on his will save, so the only thing that you might see is like as he stands there at the ready, taking a good look at the ship, sometimes just goes like shifty eyes towards you, like, God damn. But other than that, no.
Okay.
Also,
but
also, it sounds really condescending because the tone you're doing the tone awful. So actually, it sounds more like Simon.
envelope. But I see him do kind of like the shifty eyes.
Whatever works for you, man. Like, it's okay. It's okay. You realize that,
We heard him, but it's okay.
yeah.
If we purr, does Olam understand this as well?
I like to.
I guess
I
as
do.
we're going below decks, I just kind of like give him a fist bump.
dicks?
Yeah.
Like,
Like, it's a little bit as if you would, like, go talk Chinese, like, ching chong, blah, 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 while there's an actual Chinese person standing next to you. It's like,
oh no, that's so bad.
but like, it's okay. It's okay. It's not like.
Well, it's not okay.
There's a
You
step,
can't
there's a
just
step
say
further.
it's okay.
There's a step further.
No, I mean, they don't. His species language, is it literally that?
No, actually, what the.
Because I feel like it might be racist.
Go ahead and make a society check.
Is it now like we're
People
yelling
scream.
Being racist for thinking that the bird speaks all bird language.
Exactly. That's kind of what I'm saying.
you come.
Well, he
Go ahead.
wasn't
Go ahead and
talking
make
Chinese,
society.
so it wasn't good.
So, psych, it's my world.
That's
it is.
19.
Is this a
Kind
throw
of like,
again?
gnomes can speak
Yeah.
to small beasts.
I'll say sure. Bird folk or Aarakocras are thought to originally hail, or at least like their lineage, to actually hail from the elemental plane of air. And in so doing, like the original language of the bird folk would probably be Orin, like the air language. But you would also know with a 19 that most of them just speak common.
Yeah.
Like in the province where you hail from, High Heart, you have like the large mountain range known as the Gilded Ridges.
Exactly.
And you know that within them there live like multiple villages of these bird folk, and basically they just.
So I think the answer is yes, Edge. We are being racist for thinking that the quasi-bird actually speaks bird.
But why is he offended?
But
It's just two weird-looking humanoids making bird calls on a deck in the middle of the
But
fucking
I'm a
night.
cat, so
Have you ever tended bar? Because sometimes there's just a couple
did.
people where you're kind of like, you're a bit weird, but as long as you don't start any trouble,
Olam is
I'm
like
not gonna eat you.
I'm
super hungry though.
constantly trying to make trouble. That's my thing.
Olam, are you like super hungry when you think about birds now though?
Always. But also when I think about other stuff like humans.
Yeah, like Tarouche.
Captain.
Wait, do I make you thirsty?
I know, hungry.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah.
So,
Please
moving
focus.
on.
Come on, guys.
Choose Charlie.
as we get to
Can we roll to see who gambled for money from whom?
well, that's the point. You guys aren't in the evening yet because as I was saying, like during like 4 o'clock in the afternoon or something, the clouds begin to thicken.
I'm sorry.
Just like your butt. And eventually,
Thank you for noticing.
and then eventually you hear the captain ask, like the first mate, "Get the raincoats. We might have some bad weather ahead of us." And indeed, in like the next few minutes, like this ice cold, what do you call IJssel in English?
Hazel?
Hail.
Not hail.
Sleet?
Sleet. Thank you. Sleet.
Sleet. I like that one.
This sleet storm, it picks up slowly, but then it quickly begins to increase and increase and increase. What do you guys do?
I want to go inside, thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay
I
inside.
don't like water.
Yeah, we're gonna go below decks where it's warm and where there's ale and card games and gambling.
And I'd like to go to Shalloon.
To Shalhoub?
Shalloon,
We'll let
my horse,
Olam
yes.
stay outside.
Oh, right. Sorry.
Shalloon.
I'm gonna check up with the captain. You got this? Yeah, cool.
For a moment, you do see a little bit of, like, with lack of a better word, doubt in his face. But then, as you also say, cool, like he just nods and then lets you go.
Yeah.
So as you guys venture under the floorboards and just are there, the storm does begin to pick up. And what started off as just like a sleet rainfall, sleet downpour, actually begins to turn into a pretty substantial sleet storm. And in like 30 minutes time or so, you actually begin to hear the ship itself like groan underneath the tearing winds that surround you. And in this storm, you eventually also begin to hear thunder booms outside.
I hate
And
when it's
the captain began to shout orders with like the heavy rainfall and the like aren't really that easily picked up on.
Tarouche is really in the flow. Like, really. So when it starts, when water starts to fall down, he's like still working, sitting like on the ground. He's still working with his papers, and he looks up, and at first he thinks it's nothing. So his staff appears, then his armor appears around him with some extra layers of clothing as to keep him warm. As he uses his staff to cast shield over him, try and hold it back.
Just like what you call it? Paraplu.
Yeah, like a magical umbrella.
There we go. My English is very bad. I guess not. But I'm also just
Drink your liquor.
no, but also just like too lazy to think to myself.
To learn
like,
English.
Whatever. Paraplu. You know it. Thank you, umbrella.
But at this point, when the thunder starts, the rest of you finally see Tarouche coming in from outside, just kind of grumbling about.
My paper was getting wet.
Yeah, exactly. Like, these are valuable scrolls, Weather. I'm pissed at this guy.
Alright, so as
Roll. It's basically rolling paper.
As Tarouche protects himself from the downpour, is there anything else that you would like to do during this, or are you just going to?
I mean, if
trust
we're
everything?
downstairs, then we might as well start the gambling.
Yeah.
Maybe help the cook. No, I'll help the cook first. Help cut some vegetables.
Well, right now, as the storm is picking up speed, the cook is just like bolting all of the different things down for the time being, because like
I'll help him do that.
Shaky
Like
shit.
the thing with an airship is that as it is in the air, it can also very easily topple to one side or to another. So you do have like for now that like sometimes the ship goes a little bit like this, sometimes the ship goes a little bit like that.
You mean like on the water where there's waves?
But
where
even
your
more
ship
so.
Right.
But even more so. That's what I'm saying.
Only push.
All right, I'll help the cook bolt down some things to. No, I forgot. What was the cook's name?
Sasha Green.
Sasha Green.
A human, a little bit wild-looking,
I can help
girl.
too. I'm
a
great.
little bit hunched over, with like this one streak of very dark green hair in her otherwise like. She has a couple of dreadlocks within it, but not like fully. And like in the dreads, she has like these beautiful, like large rings, like put in them as well. Dark brown hair. Also somewhere probably in her like mid to late 40s. And she's just now like, oh dear, putting everything at the ready. Oh hey, yeah, thanks very much for the help. If you could just go over there and oh dear, and one of the panzers begins to roll by.
I grab it with my tail.
Ooh, you do indeed have a ambidextrous tail, so that's good shit. Go ahead and make me a. Let's go for acrobatics. Oh, sorry.
Ambidextrous.
Ambidextrous that you could use both hands. Felt prehensile.
21.
Ooh, very nice. And together with Sasha, you get all of the stuffs at the ready and make sure that no food has been spilled or anything. And with that, you seem to have this area of the ship under control at the very least.
If you need any help later with making dinner, please let me know.
Oh yeah, no, I was pretty well underway. Only if like the food survives this storm, then we should be okay.
I offer her a drink from my hip flask.
Oh, well, I am at work, but my nerves are playing.
Sure. I am at work. I love Sasha.
Is there anything else that anyone of you would like to do?
No, I'm just like forming my horse. I'm my best friend. One of my
cooking
best
our
friends.
horse.
Yeah,
We're
you're
having
cooking
horse.
her horse? What?
We have a horse.
I will
tonight.
kill you.
Tarush,
I will help.
Tarush
Kill
actually
him.
has.
Jesus!
Tied still.
So, Tarush actually doesn't trust it and the speed at which the storm has picked up. So after he's carefully stowed away his belongings, he moves mostly back up the stairs to the upper deck and starts casting Detect Magic.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception check for me, please.
We also have a ghost sound.
I see. I see.
That's a 15.
Come on, guys.
15. You don't sense any actual magic like in the storm, but with your detect magic, you pull it out over the ship, and you do sense a little bit that the hefty amounts of evocation magic that is within all of these crystals, this very vagrant energy that is counteracting the very forces of gravity here, you do find that there are some fluctuations. Like at some points, are you okay?
I'm very airsick right now.
Well, that will be a saving throw that you all need to make in a little bit. But no, but you do realize that the ship is pretty strained right now. So if you, Tarush puts out a detect magic and senses all of the evocation magic and all of the crystals, and realizes that the ship is under a lot of pressure right now. And for now, things are going okay, but you see like all of the deckhands running around. Like, you guys are setting this vessel at a bare bones crew as of this moment. And therefore, you do realize that they're probably a little bit short-staffed with, like, getting all the ropes in order and put, like, the right tension at the right places.
Right. All right, so in that case, Tarush walks up to the captain, who is also on the upper deck, I assume, right?
Yeah.
He's like homing thing, or like making sure everything is going okay, like fixing Crystal's camera. There we go.
Yeah, what you realized, the captain, as he's the one that is actually, like, attuned to the vessel, is the only one that can objectively like use it. But during the day, for a moment, while the weather was like quieter, he went down into his cabin to do some other captainy stuffs or some paperwork or whatever. But now that the storm is riding up, then he takes the helm once again.
So Tarush walks up to him and like sets down his staff with the sound to draw a little bit of attention. So, is there any way I could assist in channeling?
Right now, you see him with raincoat over his already thick leather coat and standing here in the middle of the storm. It does a little to actually keep all of the ice-cold rainwater out. And as he turns towards you, Mr. Don Silvas, honestly, I hate to have to ask you this, but any aid might be helpful. You are talking about channeling?
Well, using my magic or my arcane abilities to assist yours. Or I could try and turn up the heat, perhaps. Or I could simply keep you a bit drier. Whatever you prefer.
Channeling sounds good. The vessel is under a tremendous amount of pressure right now. The crystals on the left side of the deck are stretched thin. If you could channel some power out of them, that would aid us greatly.
Out or into them?
Out of them, into the right side.
Very well.
So Tarush starts walking down as he starts focusing his magic.
Oh, and Captain. Not Mr. Dan Silvas. Lord Dan Silvas.
And I walk down and start channeling.
Yeah, and he also just goes, my lord. All right. So you guys eventually see a grumpy Tarush walk up the deck and begin to shout a couple of words to the captain in the storm, and then goes on with his business. While he is doing that, Jack, Crowan, Olam, anything that you guys would like to do?
I'm gonna bet.
You go to bed.
I'm gonna bet.
Oh, you're going to
Do
bed.
Some betting. Some gambling. Well, how can I help? Like, oh, let me pull a rope. Oh, that's the wrong rope, Crowing. Oh, shit.
Oh, fair enough. So,
I assume you have some
I am
kind of
still
message
working
back.
on a plan, but I'm thinking about if I can summon elementals.
ooh.
Yeah, like a
Maybe I can fuck this up even more. No, maybe I can help. If my PFEs items loads.
If you would wish to summon some air elementals to help literally bend the storm to your will, that sounds pretty freaking awesome.
I was thinking the same thing.
And as you are thinking this, by the way, Jack, a screech runs through the air.
No, I'm staying inside.
You are... No, but like the point is, you know this screech very well. This is an owlbear, but you are way too high up. It must be the flying owlbear.
They lied to me.
Go ahead and make a will save for me.
That's not high. That's not high. A will save. That's it's a 17.
17. For a moment, you are frightened one. For one round, you are frightened as the screech of the flying owlbear, who apparently also commands the storm, is now perhaps upon all of you.
I think it's an owl elemental.
Owlemental? The owlemental.
Elemental. But yeah, if you have message, like you can let us know if you need us, right?
I don't actually know if I'd need like line of sight though.
Would Tarush
doesn't
know that he
say,
needs help?
But I could, yeah,
Tarush is the
definitely.
kind of guy who doesn't recognize he needs help.
I mean, you guys are on a ship. If you want to have each other's attention, you are
Yeah,
very much capable to do so.
I can just
with or
walk up
without
to the
magical
stairs
means, yeah.
and shout down.
You can also just like open the door and be like, "Bitches, get up here," or something like that. So okay, so we will put that plan on the back burner for now. And what is the thing?
Theragrabian.
What is it? Yeah, the hump. Yeah. But so yeah, while you think about if you will be able to summon some air elementals, Olam, is there any
I will
way,
go
shape, or form?
Oh God.
You're not staying with the horse after?
No, I did all I did the calming, it's fine.
Well,
we are bonded.
Well, for that, go ahead and make me a nature check, because that is actually something that might.
I must say he trusts me.
Oh yeah,
Because
indeed.
we
You
did the
already.
thing.
You
But,
did the thing.
but you would also be there to perhaps also calm the other horses.
Oh yeah, I guess. I guess.
Like the DC for Sheloon will be lower. But let's see what it comes out to be.
20, natural 20.
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Hell yeah.
So it's a 31.
You're just
basically-
surrounded by these horses, and they're all so mellow.
Yeah, or even because like a natural 20, it means that you are very efficient in what you do. So perhaps all of the horses are like very scared and you just like slam open the door. Hey, no, shut up. And it's like, okay, geez, fine. And they're just yes, oh, okay.
My mom.
Or just you move in and you go like, hey, I got this. I'm like, ah, and they just instinctively trust you
Are they all bonded
completely.
with me now?
I would say a little bit, yeah.
Don't you fucking steal my Lumos.
Well.
All right. So with that check, the horses are being taken care of during this storm. Is there anything else that you would like to do?
I will go outside.
Eat horses.
And I want to.
Stop it.
No!
As you step outside, you can see Tarush standing on the deck, like almost as Moses parting the sea, like with his staff, like battling the very elements that he stands within right now.
Like he needed more ego about there.
Yeah, like let him have his shine.
It's just a pose. It's called the Moses. It's like a dance move, but for magic.
You see,
Show me.
That's not a dance move, you're just standing still.
It's like a dance move, but for music, is what I said.
For magic.
For magic, sorry.
Music?
as you step on the
play
deck,
music.
Go to Jesus.
And
Guys, cats.
it's also similar to the "You shall not pass." Often confused.
as you step on the deck, Olam, you see Tarush standing in the middle, the three tiefling triplets walking around trying to make sure that everything is like situated well, all the ropes are tied up and accounted for, like the two large sails are kept in place. You can see one of them actually sit on one of the sails like halfway out into the storm. And what you can also see is that the first mate right now, in not a hefty raincoat, because that would hamper his movement, is like getting a rope and he just jumped off the side as the bird folk that he is and begins to fly to a place where he needs to fix that rope to.
I feel like I want to help him, but I can't fly, so I guess that's not my thing. But I want to go to the triplets.
Have you ever tried, though?
No, but
I mean, for Olam, there's a first for everything, right?
I mean, I can fly, but I still have to use all my good spells first, and I don't want to now.
Go ahead and roll me a athletics check.
Not survival?
No, this would be like this would be real manual labor right now.
I guess my athletics is still on 8. That's 13.
13. All right. As you walk up, you begin to converse with the triplets who have their work cut out for them, and indeed they could use a couple of extra hands. So for the time being, you will be busy basically doing also all kinds of different handiwork. You don't really know how these ships work, and you don't really know where you need to go, so it's a little bit difficult to get to the right place and do the right thing. But I have a little piece of popcorn in my throat. No,
No, I can't share my glass.
No,
I
it's fine.
have
It's fine.
a cold sore. I can't be nice to you.
But you do indeed offer your aid, although not as efficiently as. But this isn't surviving. You will be doing this to survive, but
There's
not
my
to survive.
ropes. That's
Not. No, I'm sorry. Not everything. All right. Which brings us to Jacques. What is it you will be doing today, good sir?
I think I am. I'm still in doubt. I think I am summoning a air wisp because they have resonance,
Ooh. All right. So,
and that gives us a little boost because they are air. This is an air thing, and it gives us a +1 in damage rolls and such.
Doesn't that give the storm bonus damages?
And they can wait.
no, we can twist it a little bit. Hell yeah, and I like that you.
And they have an in concert thing. So if they aid, then they get a success, they get a critical success.
All right, so with that, go ahead and roll me. Just roll me a. You know what? Sure, that would be acrobatics for them. If they're trained in that, I see.
I rolled a 14, and their acrobatics, that will make a 21.
Which will be a success on their aid, which will be a critical success. Nice. So, as Tarush is standing there trying to channel all of the energies from one side to the other wizard of the party joins him, and you summon this air wisp, this force of elemental nature, which is really cute to see actually, because now you have like this gigantic storm, and you conjure up a other piece of wind right there in the middle. So you have like this place where the entire storm is parted by your elemental. It greets you for a moment, and then it flies all the way to the bow of the ship and just begins to like radiate its own air elemental force against that of the storm. And indeed, with the critical success on the A check, he succeeds quite well, and you actually get like this entire like, what do you call it, like counteracting force over the entirety of the ship. And as soon as that little creature gets there, like the ship is still groaning, but before then all of the sleet was literally like just hitting your face from the front, and then it just like begins to fall straight downward as the storm in your direct vicinity is lessened by the use of your elemental. Tarush, which brings us to the last check for this storm. Go ahead and make me an Arcana check real quick to see how well this channeling goes.
That's a 17 total.
17 total. All right. Still enough for the DC that the storm actually was. So we have...
yeah, I rolled a 4 and I have a 13 Arcana.
So you have 1, 2, 3 successes.
I'm a good wizard.
Which will decrease the DC a little bit.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm a great
Well, I
wizard.
mean, I made a face, but I have a plus 12 on fever.
Totally what I was.
Okay. The captain makes his check to like keep the vessel going. So that just makes it a fortune save for the ship, which would be. Yeah. Looking at all of the things.
Sorry, I just have to take a picture of your gigantic dice pile.
Okay. I was wondering where that sentence was going.
Yeah.
Gigantic D.
You wait, yeah.
Which, as you guys.
It is.
That's what she said?
No. Hey, that's what they said.
That's what they said.
Thank you. Actually,
got you.
yes.
So, as you guys are.
Yeah, I just realized how weird that was. Just like taking a picture over the DM screen, like.
Like also like let me just snap a dick pic. Thank you.
That one's going in the spank bank.
But as you guys are combating the storm, the for the next like hour or two, you guys are all doing your own part to aid with this, except you've grown. And well, no, Edge helped in the cooking area.
kitchen.
So I will say I would also
definitely
count
on
that
your
as a thing. And I will have you know that because of all of your successes, the saving throw of the ship became a critical success instead of a normal success.
Yeah, bitch.
So after the storm settles, after a couple of hours, and the air is still very gray, and the deckhands are completely soaked, and begin to like scrap all of the ice from the deck now, because it actually froze fast over there, and it would be very slippery otherwise. You guys come out of it alive and well, without any damage done to the ship whatsoever.
I told him he got this.
Oh, yeah. And with that, we turn our attention.
If they come below decks and they look all like cold and shivery, I'll offer them a
How's my
drink.
third point?
Does
why I
anybody of you like do one of you know the prestidigitation cantrip, by the way?
Oh,
Of course.
Tarush does.
Like, doesn't that also like help you with like cleaning up and stuff, or is
Yeah,
it
it
only in
does.
5th edition?
No, prestidigitation also works for cleaning.
Trying as well.
Tidy, yeah. Color, clean, or soil. You could also soil. You could also like, oh, you're wet. More wet. Like,
But it
Oh, you went to shit yourself.
It is pretty slow though,
Yeah.
but
You can affect an object of 1 bulk with 10 rounds of concentration. So basically, you could like, you could have like a wind blower basically as a cantrip. Like, just go like that.
Well, I mean, I assume I would have gotten a couple of force blankets, so I will definitely wrap you up in one or show you to one and just kind of help you.
Well,
like,
as the
off.
ship is gifted towards the hands of Ren, the first mate, the captain himself also casts prestidigitation first on his first mate, and then just like goes the rounds to make sure that all of his crewmates are not getting very sick because of this, and the like. But eventually would also pass by. So we can say that because of that. Oh well. You all do need to make a quick save. It will be an easy save because of this, but it will be a save against tuberculosis. So
Tuberculosis.
yeah, so go ahead and make a fortitude save, DC 13.
I was the whole time inside. So
No, you don't have to.
21.
18.
18, you're good.
Can I use it?
wait, you said he doesn't have to
I
make
have
one,
the
but
hero
if he
point,
rolls a
right?
one,
I think so.
Sorry?
maybe he can roll a one though.
Yeah,
Right?
he did roll one.
I did roll a 1, so I'm asking for hero points.
You have a hero point, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm just checking.
You have one job.
Just one
He
phone.
has one job on one phone, which also has other stuff.
That one.
Stop looking up porn during the stream.
No, you
We have the screen. We have the screen for that.
Okay, I'm like,
It went from a 1 to a 19.
no, you can also roll 1. It's a 1.
So I rolled a 28.
Yeah.
All right.
Trish is gonna die.
Now I have a hero point too that I will be using for
How
this.
do you use it?
I mean, you could use an hero point for that. You could also just like take it and see
Take
if
it
you
for
can
tuberculosis, yeah.
you can get better by normal means. I don't know if any of you have anything that.
Oh yeah, man! I have
I have battle medicine. That works great, for example.
I have oils of purification
That doesn't help.
and anti-plague.
Well, anti-plague is exactly what you would need.
I
An anti-plague is a potion that aids with the saving throws against different diseases.
Oh, perfect.
could-
Pretty sure I used an anti-plague potion when I had the scarlet fever.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
but we got
perfect.
one afterwards.
Yeah, I have 2 of them, and we got at a different point, I think. But yeah,
Did
I'll
you also write down your black adder poison?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Scratch that.
I think so. I have
You got 2.
Yeah, back at it.
Oh, yeah.
1.
Yeah, you got 2, because I have 3 vials. I can't use them.
Okay.
So I gave 2 to you and 1 to Tarush.
okay, so I'll be using one of the anti-plague potions
Alright.
as I notice myself feeling
Yeah, you feel a little bit
Unwell.
You feel a little bit under the weather. So for now, you will not have any like ill effects.
Symptoms.
okay.
No, any symptoms.
But the
I will
anti-plague
say-
gives me a bonus later.
Yeah. So it gives you a bonus on the next saves that you make against it.
Okay, do I need but I can just drink it now, right?
Yeah, we will just say that you can drink it right now because the
Such
onset,
a hypochondriac. Oh my god.
like the
needs once. Give me antibiotics.
Yeah, just
Basically-
take a paracetamol, yes.
basically the disease says like after a week you might actually like develop a cough that would hamper your spell casting.
Oh.
But
Would
now-
you take it immediately? Like you wouldn't notice.
no, but like we
tuberculosis
can.
immediately.
I'll make a note that you need to make a save after a week. But for now, you can just like write it
Yeah,
off. and be
I'll already write
I
it
will
off.
use it for that.
Yeah, fair.
Right. And with that, the deckhands are scrubbing the deck, and you are all thanked for your valiant efforts in calming a actual storm. And we go towards the gambling evening.
I want to help the deck hand.
You can and you will.
I suppose I'll go up and help too. We'll continue.
But
this
eventually, like this isn't something that you would have to make checks for. This is just something that you do. Like, you can scrub a deck.
Yeah, no, like I just assume that if Edge saw like the deckhands come down like in a big coat, all shivering and soaked to the bone, they would have been like, "Oh fuck, I was a dick for the past half hour."
Basically, Sasha gets them all like a nice hot beverage while they take a moment to warm up and dry up by normal as well as magical means. And then eventually, after they had a pick-me-up, then they go back to the deck to begin to make sure that all of the sleet is taken care of.
Yeah, I'll help them in whatever way I can.
Fun fact, if you guys rolled poorly, like if you had a critical failure, then you might have slipped on the sleet and fallen off the ship.
Nah.
I would be
But
awesome.
upside, I would have been caught by a flying bird person.
He would have tried, yeah, but like then we would go to the point like, what do you guys do? All right, but you guys
I would
were.
be fine. I mean, guess who has feather fall in this necklace?
Well, that's exactly what you need it for, like on these certain occasions. So yeah, with that being said, we can say that all of the manual labors are concluded in a good manner.
Yeah.
And then the evening is yours. And I do believe that you guys still wanted to bet each
Gamble.
other and gamble away. So let's go to that beautifulness.
I have 2 questions.
Ask the first one first.
Okay. Question number 1. How do we feel about a sexy ATOD calendar?
I am 1000% down for
Yeah,
that.
especially if like people pay for it.
I do
We'll give-
believe
we'll
that
give,
I
like,
tried pitching it
50%
to you
charity
before
to
I
me.
joined several times.
Oh yeah, I think
Do
you
a
did.
pinup calendar for Christmas. Do it. Just do it.
That's fair. That's fair. I have made it before, and it was excellent. So I think if we involve you, it could also be kind of good.
It would be my third sexy color.
All right. I don't know why I'm so mean today. I think. Oh yeah. I
No drink for you.
No, it's not the drink. It's the lack of
No,
cigarettes.
it's just, I'm not sharing my drink with you anymore.
That's fair.
I bought it for my friends. You're being mean. You're not a friend anymore.
Oh, that's fair.
Can't come to my birthday party.
Guess I'll turn off the stream then. No, and
Still come to our side, Charlie. We
Oh,
will
perfect.
still accept
Join us.
nice.
Me to them.
this dad's side.
And question number 2. We were thinking earlier, talking. I'll put on the battle map because I saw that all 3 of the tieflings have an eye patch.
Yeah, that's just.
And I wondered, no, I have a theory where one of them actually needs it and the other 2 took it up out of solidarity. And I wonder if that theory is true or if they all, like, I don't know, had an abusive parent that would cut out their right eye or something, or maybe, like,
Well,
No,
they
do
got
the whole
infected
thing,
with a
please.
genetic
One on the other
eye-taking
left
thing,
side.
and because they're identical
well,
triplets.
a couple of things with that. First off, if you take a close look, they're not tieflings, they're drow elves. But I'm a little bit withholding.
What's the difference?
A new edge.
Yeah, you're racist, we know. No, but like I only use the different minis of the pictures that are actually used in the Pathfinder books, and they don't have a lot of pictures of tieflings in there. So
That's
right now
fair.
we just use these beautiful.
That's fair.
Growls.
Pretty sure that if you Google tiefling, you get enough stock.
Yeah, but they also get
I just said
copyright.
yeah. I just said like I don't feel
That's why
comfortable
I said
with
stock
images.
images.
Stock images.
You can use stock images.
Too much of a hassle. These will do for now. And I will say that indeed the eye patches are there and they wear them as part of solidarity because one of them lost an eye. And if you make a good perception check, you can see that it's Cadium. Cadium is the one that has lost an eye. It's canon.
No, I did make a good perception check. It's a 15.
So,
20.
you know.
Yeah, I
You know,
spent a
yeah.
good part of the afternoon staring at all 3 of them, so I think I would have noticed.
Right. But, like I said, eventually the normal tasks of the day come to a close and you have the evening stretched out before you. You find yourselves into the belly of the ship with your own quarters, your own table, and your own
Fuck
money
my
to
quarters,
gamble
I'm
away.
sleeping with Lumos.
Just go and gamble.
Go
Go
gamble.
gamble. You wanted to gamble? Go gamble.
Yeah, no, but after that,
Sure.
First gamble.
But for now,
Gamble.
go gamble.
Gamble.
What do you want to do?
cards this time.
Yeah, well, you tell me what you guys want to do.
Blackjack kind of deal.
Okay, how does that work with
You
dice?
need to. I don't know, actually.
You're just gonna do
Rolls
something.
higher.
I think you just roll 2 d10s, and you want to get a maximum. No, then you can't get to 21. Okay, so 20 would be the highest. You just roll 2 d10s, and
You roll an
kill.
extra d10 every time you want to go higher.
Oh, every time you
so.
hit, you just roll another d10 with it. Yeah, I like
Okay,
that.
okay.
I like that.
Sorry, because she was saying you can also just roll a d20 in that case. And I was kind of like, yeah, that makes sense. And you just roll a d10 when you want to, like
up
me.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could also do that.
Yeah,
Sure.
let's do that. That sounds a little bit easier.
So, but like, so it's basically the one that gets closest to 21 is going to be the winner. Okay, so first off, both of you, what is the blind? What is the blind here?
Blind is
silver?
silver. No,
Alright.
let's do silver.
Oh, silver. Okay.
All right.
Why did you just go?
So both of you go ahead and roll your d20.
Huh. Ha! Suck it.
3.
Suck it. 20.
All right. So well, you can still hit 21, of course.
Yeah.
No. 20 was the cap. Because
20
it's
was the
really,
cap.
Yeah, I was
Oh.
just like, if you roll with 2d, I mean, we can go for 21, but that just seems like.
Yeah. He kind of rolled a natural 20.
Yeah, I beat.
All right.
I beat
So
you good.
right now, 1 silver off to Krohn.
Yes. Coin is getting the consistent addicted.
Please?
What if you do 7d3?
70. No.
Can I have a paper, please? Because I keep scratching out how much money I have, and it's starting to become an illegible mess. Thank you very much.
Almost free.
Okay, so now I have 5.
After a first round and a couple of your companions shouting out at the natural 20, or like the blackjack that just got
It's just
dealt
like you
Rowan,
threw down your cards and it was a fucking blackjack.
you see that one of the 3 triplets walks down with still another hot beverage because, oh my god, it's cold. He takes a sip and just goes, "Can anyone get in on this?"
Sure.
Sure. The more the merrier.
More money, more problems.
Which one is it?
Takes off the eye patch and you see a hole there. When he puts it down, as a little bit of an intimidation tactic, perhaps. for
It
this
doesn't.
game.
It has the opposite effect on it.
Just splooge.
They're just like, that looks not sploosh. They're so young. Oh my god. They're like in their teens, right?
late teens.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
they're like 18 to 20.
Edge
something like
don't
that.
be no cradle robber.
I don't know. I think to Edge it might just be another hole.
Gross. No, Edge wants to know everything
Like,
about
ew,
that eye.
I like it.
So, yeah, next round.
All
I
right, so
guess.
next round.
Okay.
Very good.
Ooh, they have a 16.
This is start. Yeah, but 16 is a bitch to hit.
Yeah.
Then, eh?
So I think okay. So all of us have put down 1 silver.
Yeah.
And then like who started the bet? I would say
The joiner.
yeah. All right. Cadium just checks.
Well, I'm gonna. The thing, blackjack works a bit differently, but you can double the what.
Yeah, you can.
You can double down, you can split, but double down is kind of tricky because you need to have like a minimum of 10.
The thing is also in blackjack you fight against the bank.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna keep the same bet. I'm gonna just hit. I have an 18. I'm gonna stick with that.
I'm gonna hit. That's a 7.
For a total of?
No, that's
Oh,
a
that's a total of 7.
I rolled
Yeah, well,
a
you
6
can-
and
you
then
can hit
a
again.
1.
Cadium takes a look at you, and you're already winning, so he is going to try and roll a nice little 4. That's a 7 on his part, so he busts, and 1 silver goes off to
Both of them.
whoever is
Whoever
going to win
wins.
this.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna fold because there's no fucking way I'm gonna get close to an
All
18.
right.
Well, you can also. You're safe right now. You have 7, so you can bust.
Yeah, so you should also
You might
always
as well
hit.
hit.
That is an 8.
For a total of 15.
15.
Now
So I still,
you're in the danger zone, and you have nothing to lose because I have 18.
Yeah.
exactly. So I still lose a silver.
No, you have to hit again. See if you can get the 20. Yeah. Come on. Oh, bust.
Too much.
Bust.
I don't even remember what I had.
You had
Yeah.
15.
You can count what's
15,
later.
15 and 7 is 22. Yeah, so now I lose in silver.
Yeah.
I thought of this game and I don't know how it works.
As we continue this charade,
This session.
I will say to like streamline the process.
Yeah.
How much would you guys be willing to bet during these rounds of gamage?
I think I would stop after losing 5 silver.
5 silver?
Yeah, you already lost 3, so. No, 2.
Two.
Yeah.
All right. So for the sake of this, I will say, yeah, Cadium is also a little bit in that ballpark, a little bit less maybe, but
I will give him
All right, yeah. Then he is going to put that back on the table. So all of you will put in a total of another 5 silver, basically. Like we're not going to undo anything that's done here.
Yeah.
And just go ahead and roll me a d20.
Okay.
And if you wish to cheat, then you can try a thievery check to re-roll your d20 if you would like.
I rolled a 19, so I'm gonna stick with that.
I could also use mind read if one of you pays me.
Fuck you, church.
I can already see Tarus actually like turn over the table. Like, by the way, I can use mind read if anybody likes to pay.
I just like shove my hand in his face and push him away.
You rolled a 19, right? So I need to roll a 3 or the same amount. Okay, fuck.
No, just a d20. Just like
I rolled 17.
17. All right, so for the sake of this, I will say that you walk away from the table with another 1 silver piece under your belt. You walk away from the table with another 4 silver pieces, all which came from Cadium because you rolled a 7.
Okay, so I lost 2, gained 4, so I gained 2 silver pieces.
There you go. Olam, you lost 2 because you sponsored Cadium, which did make it a nice little soiree for the rest of your companions. So good job.
I only wanted to play, not especially to win or something.
No, he was having fun with playing. Yeah, it was good. It was good. All right. And with that, as the betting goes down and further on into the night, each and every one of you soon found their beds to lay to rest. And at that moment, we will go ahead and take a little break and return to the second day of travel after said break. So see you guys in 15 minutes where we will see what this next day has in store. Perhaps the flying owlbear will actually make an appearance. Yeah. And by the way, if during the break you wish to basically tell us what happens this next day, do realize that we still have those story beats up. So you can just decide what will happen next.
And
if you so will.
I do believe we are slightly over half with our wild surge. So if you're feeling brandy,
So many choices. All right. See you in 15.
Yeah.
Bye.
Hey. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey.
And we're back. We're online.
Oh, we're already online. Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh
I was
God.
announcing it, but no one was listening, and then I thought it was funny to.
Normally you count down. You just don't say like, hello.
1 down, 2 down, 3 down, 4 down.
Last we left off, our heroes, members, and hunters of the pack were on their way to the southern forests below the region of Farwater to hunt owl bears and bring glory, fame, and money to their own pockets for Thorncleft, the noble house that hired them to do just this. Couple of technical things though. First off, we also fixed our own music, so not only you guys can now hear our music, but we can as well. And just a couple of seconds ago, it seems that our good friend Nideko has bought the actual wild card. So, can you DM me? Yes, you can. I will get out.
DM the DM, baby.
DMception.
slide into those DMs.
A whole new meaning to slide into the DM.
Giggity.
Oh.
You've never made that link before?
I've never made that joke before. Because it was never appropriate
You
before.
were the queen of quests.
Yeah.
He says with a very low voice.
Yeah. Call me Queen of Cat Quests, baby. I will quest you
That's the Queen of Cat.
all day. Oh yeah.
I'm only the Queen of Cats the music on DVD. I have to specify that they did in fact sue me. Cats the musical on DVD, not Blu-ray. Except Blu-ray.
In the meantime, I'm not sure where Nideko is going to DM me, so I'm just opening up all of the different.
I'm sending you.
Discord, Twitch,
Make
Insta.
I'm
you make
sending you
sure
a direct message on LinkedIn.
could you make sure that they're all muted though, Wouter?
Discord.
Just check.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the stream will hear every sound.
Yeah, even that.
Yeah, no, that was like way too. Like,
Are you okay?
sorry, guys.
disgusting.
My meds already make me more burpy than usual, and drinking beer is not helping.
We're not drinking beer, we're just
Drinking bubbly juice made from barley.
alcohol-free.
We can cut that out,
beer.
right?
Yeah.
Make me saliva.
Maxime.
So sometimes I just knock someone down where the spit comes out. That's,
I'm sorry, what does that have to do with my
All right.
burpiness?
So,
my meds makes
attention. He says it's not immediately affecting us, so for now we can just keep on playing while he's
Very well. In
Yeah,
that
it's green
case,
juice.
as the Wild Magics is also slowly but surely increasing in size, all of you wake up the next morning well rested and a little bit cold, but like covered in blankets and stuff enough to keep you warm
Again.
on. Oh dear,
I snuggled up with
the Hersey
With
Lumos.
Lumos.
Yeah,
I got like straw in my hair.
and
Oh, Lumos is a horse.
Yes.
and as slowly.
I think it was a cat or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Captain.
Oh.
I kind of also assumed it was one of the crewmates, and I just kind of missed like
No,
their
'cause
existence.
my monkey's name is Knots.
Yeah.
And my horse's name is Lumos.
Yes, Lumos.
Would-
Yeah, but like we've only had like the end of one session to talk that over, so it's not really clicked yet.
So, as all of you slowly make your way on the top deck of this beautiful vessel known as the Razor Leaf, breakfasts, foods are distributed to all of you courtesy of Sasha Green, and you may or may not have edibles within them, know that. But as all of you are situated there,
what edibles
a
within?
large, well, you don't know, as all of you are situated on top of the deck, the green exterior of the Razor Leaf is also illuminated by a different green glow as a pulse of magical energy emanates from the artifacts, and we are going to have a wild magic surge. So, Charles.
Oh, that is my cue. My cue. Okay, here we go. D.
Please
Frickin' 20.
Did we get food?
Bounce.
Yeah, I'm feeding.
Oh, thank you.
Let me. Oh yeah,
Because I
hold on.
literally have nothing else to do with it.
That would be a 19.
19.
Oh yeah. Now
Good one. 19.
take your time. Take your time.
So, I need to get ready for this.
Yeah, we're still kind of bouncing around, wasn't it?
No,
Which I
but-
think is really interesting. Now I'm talking to Nadeko, not you. Because that for some reason the die on the screen just kept like wobbling for several seconds, and I'm just confused about it because it's a digital die.
We just
Like
keep
who
shaking
programmed
it.
it to do that?
Well,
We'll keep shaking the table.
Just shake the table.
So,
foosball.
Shion Kaisi, indeed, you have never seen 19 before, but you will just now, because as the artifacts, this green 20-sided gemstone held aloft by a nice little net of vine work in a similar way that you had like those nets around like old school wine bottles, you know, like to keep them nice and tidy. It begins to not really pulse with an energy, but right now, who would be wearing the artifact?
I think I would be holding on to it.
Edge. As you begin to feel it like rumble a little bit and shake and vibrate, you pull it out and you can see that it is shining deeper and deeper green than you've had for a long, long time. And as you like just hold it outward, hoping for the best, a singular pillar of green light enters into the sky, and there, as a short little like lightning storm, as a sort of beacon
That can be good.
to a certain individual. As
Yeah, I know what this is.
we
Well,
can,
we literally have the table.
yeah, we
person on
can.
our side, but yes, this is
we can go to the battle map.
what
for a
you
moment,
think it is.
We can go to the battle map.
Who I think it is?
Yes.
Because For a moment, all of you just like look at each other and wait to see what the hell is going to happen. As a
Tarush
flash,
is like ready for combat already. He's like standing there with his staff, waiting for whatever's going to happen.
as a flash of similar green energy, like some 200-300 meters, like left up in front of the ship, opens up a portal, and from it you see hang gliding a small individual.
Are the ballistas ready?
You see that this being, this humanoid creature, is hang gliding on a like 15 feet wingspan with a propeller at the back to like with a small little motor on it to propel it even
He's
further.
pedaling his little feet.
He is. Yeah. And you can see this happening as he comes closer. So you now see this being just like being teleported here and going towards you. What do you do?
Which animal will have some?
I'm going to take this moment because the dodecahedron, icosahedron, which one am I holding? The dodecahedron is active.
Dodeca's 12, the icosahedron.
Oh, okay, so as I'm holding the icosahedron,
You said
and I've tried focusing on it before and it didn't work. Now that it's active, I'm just gonna take a moment to focus on it again.
Sorry, you were trying to focus on it? With,
Yeah, I'm holding it. I'm looking at it. I'm trying to like feel the energy through my fingertips.
Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay, so I have a question. Is this the day that we will be arriving at our destination?
No, tomorrow morning. So
Tomorrow
you
morning.
basically have one full day of travel.
Yeah, it's
Less
like it's a spell slot logistical question.
Yeah,
I
so
cast
you'll-
illusory creature.
You will have a long rest. The planning is at least that you will have one long rest before you get to
24.
24. You try to feel your way around this thing, this large gemstone, this artifact, and as you try to attune with it even more than you have already done, you feel through it a plethora of all different kinds of energies coalescing into one. It is chaotic. Yeah.
I like it.
Hey, if Maxime and Vincent's camera shifted a bit,
Oh dear.
could you shift
yeah.
it back?
No.
Yeah, so I cast illusory creature as I see this oddity approaching.
Better?
Yeah, perfect. Thank you so much. And so Tarush smashes down his staff, and he thinks two can play this game, kind of. And out from his staff, like slowly, this small mechanical drake shoots forward, roughly the size of a bear, and starts flying towards the flying gobbo.
All right.
Makes the sound as fire and steam erupts from its mechanical jaw.
That's gross.
Hell yeah. So you are sending forth your own problematic creation against this problematic creation.
Great.
We know
just
it's
in
a foreign.
case, just in case, I tell Nox to get into my bosom.
Yeah, like
And
I'm
he
not.
quickly goes in like I've seen enough weird shit for one day. Like,
Yeah, it,
I just woke
Exactly.
up, man.
no, but it seems threatening. I'm gonna make it be threatening as it moves towards him, and I'm not gonna directly attack him. I kind of want to see the reaction because I have no idea what's going on. And thus far, the artifact has brought us tons of problems already. Like teleported us to them or them to us.
It
So-
also turned half of a pub into puppies.
Yeah. Hence why I'm still gouging. You know.
Puppies?
Puppies.
Puppies.
Hubbies, yeah, same, different.
Crowan?
Tubby
Jack,
puppies.
anything that you would like to do before this assailant enters your immediate vicinity?
We already established that it was an assailant.
Oh,
I mean, no, not really, but like the artifact has quite clearly, because like the green energy that came up from the artifact's beacon and like the portal were like the same coloration of green. So you can put 1 and 2 together. It seems that this whatever it is, this contraption, has been summoned by the artifact.
Yeah,
I think
so,
this is a good place for a cockroach swarm. Either that or a monkey swarm. I can summon both.
I just
monkey
can't imagine
swarm.
like at this
We're
time
so
of
sorry.
streets,
I'm sorry, like-
brighter that's just constantly glowing.
How is a swarm of monkeys the same as a swarm of cockroaches, or is it a different spell?
That's the funny thing. A swarm of cockroaches is a level higher.
Corinne's gonna
Like the
stand
fear
at the
effect
ready.
counts.
Just he's gonna try to stand at the point where the contraption would reach the ship,
Okay.
but not openly hostile.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you are just like standing at the ready, just seeing what will come your way.
So I think it's an assailant because something out of a portal comes towards us. So I am casting a summon animal on level 3, and I'm summoning a giant flying squirrel, which I will call Mort. My character does not know this.
I just imagine edging along with the summoning of more and more creatures. Just go, yay!
Ooh! Good, what? No!
And with that, the captain is also like, what the hell just happened? What is that? What is it? What is going on? Men at the ready. And indeed, like you cast the different spells, and you, Tarush, you fly your illusion towards this being. And as they begin to come towards each other, they basically just collide. And you see like the...
No, before they collide, I make it stop because I have full control over it. So
okay.
as it comes close, I will whisper, and via the illusion spell, it will speak. And it will morph my voice into a robotic one as it speaks on my behalf.
What are your intentions?
Oh,
It's a Dalek dragon.
Oh, I take that back. I don't cast a giant flying squirrel. I will cast a hippogriff.
A hippogriff?
Yeah, I can cast a hippogriff.
So you just and a gigantic, beautiful winged creature known as a hippogriff personifies in front of you.
I have
The whimsical music
I have a
completes
second
it.
horse now.
You have a better winged horse.
I have to say the whimsical music completes the situation because out of character we all know he's not a threat, but this is the first time he's appeared in this campaign.
And your Dalek dragon does speak these words, but it does seem that the contraption from this being doesn't really have like the shall we say dexterity to alter its course too much. So as it says these things, Halls, what are your just straight through the illusion. With it is dispelled, but the whiffs of magical energy do entangle with this hang glider contraption. And as a World War II fighter plane, you can actually hear like, and you hear it against the side of the ship.
Oh, I was gonna say I'm gonna see if I can catch whoever is in there.
Well, it seems for a moment you see the golden tinged small humanoid form as he.
I run downstairs. I run down.
I will jump on my hippogriff and take a look on the side.
Well, as you guys are startled for a moment, you do see. And two goblin arms emerge from the side.
In that case, I don't run downstairs. I run to the side.
Yeah. with one hand just normally up there, the second hand holding in its place like this large wrench with like a small gemstone in the middle of it. And you can see that on the back of this goblin, he has a small clockwork bird, which is almost spherical in design, which right now is still opened up. And you could see the last pieces of the wings of the hang glider that it had begin to like compact and contract into this very small bird, which must have some sort of like bag of holding like enchantment on it that it can hold the entirety of it. But you can just see it like being squished in it and then.
So I feel like when he climbs up, he sees the entirety of the pack, weapons drawn,
Oh no!
confused
Edge
looking.
has their arms stretched out.
Oh, Edge's
him
gonna
off
help.
the
I want to help Edge.
Oh, fair.
My hippogriff is ready.
Also,
Yeah.
I just have to say, I am so happy and proud that I was a part in making this NPC.
Yeah.
I imagine
that's
Jack
back
being
when I
like,
was a
needing,
watcher.
you have my staff. You're like, you have my hippogriff.
My hippogriff will do this for me.
And with that, you extend your arm, Edge, and you see Nox's eyes just like slowly peer from underneath your coat, and the goblin, like blackened by the small explosion from which it just emerged, goes, "Ooh, that is very kind of you, thank you." And he gets your hand, and with
Yeah,
that,
as I help
pulled
him
up.
over the railing, I'm just gonna check the side of the ship real quick.
Little bit blackened, no real holes in the hull, and it was mostly just like him, just like smack in the side,
Fair.
and the damage was mostly done to his flying contraption than to the actual ship.
Yeah, his craft is Looney Tunes make. So.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
And with it, this leathery, gold-tinted goblin stands in front of you, long white lab coat, all different kinds of pouches and vials and gadgets all around. And at this moment, like the small bird-like contraption, what seems to be like his familiar or something, begins to walk up on its shoulder. That you can actually also see there.
Oh, yeah.
And he gets like his glass at the ready and like pulls one of it a little bit so it zooms in on the artifact that you are still like is dangling from your side at this moment, or in the other hand.
I'm holding it.
Ah, so it seems that you are the new owners of the artifact F. Very good to make your acquaintance, all of you.
Sorry, just real quick. Do you remember what the BIRD acronym stands for?
Oh God, bronze. I have it written down.
I don't
No.
remember, but I remember it
BIRD
being
was-
like a thing where we were all like, it needs to be an acronym.
And BIRD indeed is an acronym for something. God, I have to look that up. I have it somewhere.
I just want to. Are you alright? I mean, healing. Are you okay? Did you hurt yourself?
All of those questions are different things. I did hurt myself, but I am also pretty okay, I believe.
All right, that is most important. Would you like a drink?
Oh, no, thank you. I have my own beverage at my disposal. And at this moment, you can also see, like, the crew of the vessel. Like, you see one of the deckhands just has, like, a plank, like, pulled up as a baseball bat. You just see, like, are we gonna whack him?
Wait.
My hippogriff is standing at ready. It's just like it's and then Jessie is hiding in my coat. Also because it's very cold and windy and the rat will fly away. She's very tiny.
Goblin, you have just flown into our craft and appeared out of an artifact that has brought us both doom and treasure. Which are you? Before we engage in any further conversation, we need to know.
Indeed, it does seem that I have arrived in a certain predicament that might be disheartening for certain individuals. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Nito Crankshaft. I am the creator of, among other things, the artifact F that you now hold. And it seems that due to a pulling of the strings of fate, shall we say, I have been summoned to its presence. And, well, what happens from this point forward is also an enigma to me.
You made this.
I did. Or at least...
Artifact F, implying that there are several before it and also some after it?
At least there are multiple artifacts in front of it. Let's just say that I would like to keep my design and creation process limited to myself as of this time, because I do not yet know you. Although I have to say that the artifact F has a, shall we say, disposition to certain people. If you have acquired it, it seems that it must be attuned to your certain type of chaotic energies.
Well, that seems logical. But still, when you say you've created a device as this and you mention it as casually as you do, that implies to me many things.
And then Cohen, a bit annoyed, says, Tarush, he just said he made the thing. Ask him how it works.
Are you a god?
Let's just say that my different creations sometimes do elicit certain responses that might be a little bit out of this world, yes. But to call me a god on this mortal plane would be a grave overestimation of my capabilities.
Is there another plane that they would call you a god?
I would not know for sure.
No, but I do wish to say that the things that the artifact has done, they are beyond the means of most masters in the cerulean circles to do casually. It does this on a whimsical basis on what is the nature of your existence? How does it work? Why is it here? I have so many questions.
The Artifact F was one of my experimentations to see if we could channel and focus different types of chaotic energies into one device. In so doing, it does a lot of things, but a lot of things out of control as well. If it is attuned to you, it must feel that its chaotic nature of change is very nice attuned to the adventures that you might have.
What drives it?
Edge just very happily wraps it back in its cloth, puts it in the bag, puts the bag back on their back. Just
Why?
like, this is my baby now.
Why does it sometimes do things, and why does it sometimes do nothing?
And why does it sometimes do good things and sometimes do weird things? Unhelpful things.
What did you say? Say it again, but louder.
Why does it sometimes do good things and other times do unhelpful things?
As I had said, the artifact is a vast battery and channel point for different types of chaotic energies, most of them originating from the Feywild itself. But it has the capabilities to transcend the third dimension into the fourth, also known as the fourth wall, to input certain types of, shall we say, directives that might expose in multiple different effects, illusions, sounds.
This is why no one likes you, Abe. No.
Never forget.
And with it also,
Sorry, I already did it.
and with it also another whiff of information comes to your words to you to be like, shh, just let it happen, just enjoy the moment.
Jarush just looks around confused and then looks at the artifact as Edge is putting it away. And he then looks at, he looks at nothing. He's like, it's sentient? What? What do we have in our midst? I thought it was like...
It is not exactly sentient, but
I think that was an interrupt.
No, it was... It was like Tarush just faced with the terror of any reality, you know? He's just having an
As
existential
Edge is
crisis.
putting it away, they're just kind of, well, whatever it is, I like it. Not a single day has been the same.
How safe is it? Is it liable to explode and kill us all in one boom, or
Yes.
are we? You don't know that.
The
fireball didn't kill us.
fireballs have come out of it. I'm sure that there is a chance that it's going to kill us all, but there is possibly also the chance that it's going to help us all when we need it.
And is there a way to prevent it from booming us out all out of existence?
I really enjoy Xian Kaizi's little remembrance that the first time they experienced the artifact, it incinerated a witness, like someone we were trying to capture, and afterwards we were like, shit, let's run away real quick now. After we accidentally murdered someone in the
To answer your
street.
first question, can it be controlled? No, not at all. Should it be controlled? Well, that is a very different question. You see, while the artifact is very good to channel all of these chaotic and changeable energies, throughout its existence in the hands of multiple individuals, I have already uncovered that it does hold certain patterns at heart. It does seem to attune itself to different individuals that would bring it great change and chaos, but in so doing, it seems to deviate from courses that might completely obliterate the ones that are attuned to it.
Okay, that's
So-
reassuring.
As he's
Although
doing all
that
this
does
talking,
not mean-
I've just kind of like grabbed him by the shoulder and like started ushering him below decks where we can sit down and have a beer and talk
Yeah.
to this man instead of
previous-
interrogating him.
The previous group of owners got killed by devils that it summoned. For example.
Is that canon now?
I have no idea.
We do not know.
You said you've been summoned by it. Do you hail from this plane? Do you know how to come back to where you were? Do you need to come back to where you were? Can we help with that?
Travel arrangements are a very peculiar thing to me, and many of my inventions help in that endeavor entirely. So do not be afraid. I will be very good to get myself towards the right places that I need to be. For now, though, it seems that this is the place that I might be, and this is very interesting. As he looks to you, Olam, for a moment.
But was there a group
Yeah, we know.
before us that we can talk to, so that we can ask them questions about how to do this safe?
I would hope that you might answer that question to me.
We found it in a jail. So whoever it might have belonged to before us, maybe they were arrested, maybe they were killed, we don't know. We found it. It had no owner when we took it. Also, did you make this? And I kind of see if Bird is responsive to scritches.
As you touch the bird, it like and like the mouth opens up and goes tweet.
That is a little unsettling, but I like it.
Wait.
Ah, yes.
So you did it at a low voice, like, wait.
Ah, yes. Bird is my companion and travel acquaintance for many different things. He holds within it a vast amount of different, and he clicks like the top of the bird, and it is like two semicircles, like click, click, like over each other, and with it, like different metallic spider legs emerge from bird, and like skitters down to the ground, and it like extends into almost a cart of like by 5 feet, as it just opens up, and you can see that in the middle this blackened void of nothingness just and then like all the different things like come out of it, and then he just like presses it again and all slaps into each other like, what the fuck is that thing?
That's not how space works.
And then afterwards, Bird just goes again, tweet. Indeed. But yes, it seems that the artifact has found new owners in the hands of you. Which normally for me always means more opportunities. Because you see, the artifact that I created as a form of experimentation, first and foremost, has also proven to me to be a good beacon to people that I might find ample working opportunities with.
Well, what kind of work would we do for you? What is your profession?
I am an inventor, an artificer, and a madman to boot. So for that, I am always searching for new different apparatuses that might aid us in the development of new forms of technology.
Okay, so I want to make 2 rolls, if that's okay. First off, I want to make a roll for lore academia, because from Tarusha's point of view, if someone is this powerful, then the Cerulean Circle must have at some point documented him, traced him, I don't know, tried to capture him.
And after that, an attack roll.
I just take my hip flask off of my belt. Could you make this bottomless?
A easy enchantment to be put upon it, to be sure. But of course, all of those things come at a price.
I can make bottomless for you. That's not
No, but
You
Tarush,
can most certainly try.
Tarush, your first lore warfare or warfare.
Academia.
Oh, academia, sorry.
That's a 22.
22. You think back at what you have written and what you have read about it, and within the realm of the continent of Novacrest, there have been many different individuals of great and terrible power, and also a lot of different weird peoples. Like you have read stories of a lich that actually was good in its nature and could be like spoken to and like be conversed with at a normal basis. You've learned of many different types of like old dragons that walk amongst men that could be dealt with in their certain terms. And also, you vaguely remember this this goblin. Like, with lack of a better word, not really sure what it is, but it is worshipped as a sort of demigod. Mostly among like hobgoblin tribes, where they would like hobgoblins are very war-centric beings, and then you had like hobgoblin tribes that focused very much on like mechanics of war and that sort of stuffs. And those tribes worshipped a golden goblin inventor.
That's awesome. All right, so second question. If I need to make a roll for this, let me know. I want to know how big the reward from the Cerulean Circle would be if we took this guy down, brought all the stuff, you know.
I mean, the Cerulean
standard
Circle,
adventurers things.
The Cerulean Circle is a guild that mostly is busy with the finding and containment of dangerous magical appliances.
Yes,
so
like the artifact.
Exactly. So
like
if you
this guy.
so indeed. So if you take a look at what Bert did, like for now though, these are still like
standard. Yeah.
Sort of standard things that you have seen.
High level, but standard.
High level, but acceptable. You know, like this is not like dangerous for the world to be walking around.
Yeah, but the casualness with which he mentions creating the artifact. So Tarusha's kind of like. He's already like doing the calculations. You see formulas appearing. But also formulas appearing translucent, floating around his head. You know, the standard. And he's like trying to think of a way. Like, could we take this guy down, take his stuff, and become demigods ourselves?
Like if he would prove to be a powerful spellcaster, like in the way of like very high level magic, we're talking like 7th, 8th, or 9th sphere of influence. With his chaotic nature that you have seen in this short endeavor, and also what you have read as a demigod that's worshipped by hobgoblins, yeah. If he would prove to be a chaotic force of magical energy, then apprehending him and turning him into the Cerulean Circle would be a let's just say that a seeker would find it very easy to climb the ranks when finishing such an endeavor.
I will consider this for the next time we have a wild magic surge.
You do realize that we have no chances of actually being in, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's why we call in reinforcements, set a trap. We're going to be smart about this. We're going to have several mages waiting to capture him. I'm thinking like a cage hanging from the ceiling, and then when he appears, the cage falls down, and then he's in the cage.
Yeah. The reinforcements.
And where's Wile E. Coyote in the scenario?
Well, I mean, he's basically the goblin version of Roadrunner. So I figure,
makes sense.
I figure cages coming from ceilings or.
Hold on.
I want to try and see if the thing that he did was him remembering me or not.
You go ahead and make me just a straight up intelligence check.
That's not like really good.
Babe, I believe in you.
That's like a +0, so yeah.
Money, no worries.
16?
15.
Oh, 15.
That's not so bad.
He looks familiar.
You are a hobgoblin.
This is not the conclusion I would have drawn.
You don't really like have the mental fortitude to actually put your finger on it, but you have seen this guy before. Like the black burn marks are on different spots in his body. The soot isn't exactly at the level.
Always there.
But maybe that would be the point where you realize that you've seen him before, because like you look at his face and you remember him having like a drag of soot like on the left side of his face, and now it just has like a blackened like bruise on the right side because he just slammed into the side of your ship.
Oh my god. Olamis Malo. This guy is a planet, and the artifact is a door outside. I see it now. It all makes sense.
And
So, did you had the thing you have on your face on another places as well before?
Are you talking about my different goggles that I have?
No, like the smudges things you have on your face.
Oh, yes.
They come off.
In my profession, the act of personal hygiene, because I work alone, is often forgotten. I do apologize for this. And he gets like the wrench on his side that you have now slowly but surely have seen shrinking down. Like when he got up, the wrench was like this big, and now it has slowly shrunken down to like a screwdriver side. And as a small wand, he just like, pink, and from the gemstone,
Happens
a little
to me
bit
too when I'm
of
not using
like
it.
a little bit of like cleaning salts fall over him, and you can see like all of the soot flake away, as this is some sort of way of him casting the prestidigitation spell on himself. With it, all of these stains that are on his person slowly but surely fade away.
I'm
I don't know,
gonna.
how much bulk is he? Because we just looked up and it takes about a minute.
Yeah, I will say that this is basically like he has casted it, and he's now going to concentrate on it, and over the next minute or so he will be cleaned up.
I'm whipping out my diary and I'm gonna start sketching him.
Do you know me?
I do not know.
Because I feel like I know you, but I do not know why.
Splendid, then we are the same. Now then, are any of you, by any chance, mechanically inclined, or perhaps have knowledge of artifice?
Edge kind of looks over to Tarush.
Very slightly.
I have cursory knowledge from what they explained to us in the Cerulean Circle, but I've never practiced it outside of the basics.
I see, you are a member of the Cerulean Circle.
Yes, that is what I just said.
Interesting. Very good. Are any of you affiliated with any houses of lords, guilds, or perhaps the clergy?
Also, I am of House Don Silvas, of
The money makers.
literally put, yes.
Very good.
We control the creation of coin throughout the Empire, but mostly just another noble house.
I come from the House of Borolnik. We are farmers.
they make the food.
We make the food. Of the
I see. Not a house that I am personally familiar with.
Oh, you'll get to know them.
I hope I will.
He means a literal house, not a noble house.
Nobility is something outside of the comforts of our town.
Yes, I myself have also always have had trouble with understanding why certain houses are of noble descent and others are not.
But simple, I can explain it to you if you'd like.
Racism, sexism, and capitalism. Those are the three major points.
Excuse me?
No, I didn't say anything.
With you,
Olam,
with your heritage, we can see it on the outside.
Oh shit.
Your green skin, the pointed ears.
Whoa!
Because a heritage does not appear so on the outside does not mean it does not exist. Your orc blood is just as prevalent as my noble blood. And just as important, some people are born with better inclinations to leadership or decision making.
It seems that I have had that I have pressed certain buttons on the apparatus that has increased the stress on this entire situation.
Do you
Oh
want to
no! Don't think too much about it. He's always a dick.
Oh, but I always think too much. That is one of the problems that I face every day.
Have you tried the long bottom leaf?
I have indeed.
Have you tried getting drunk?
Have you tried drugs? They're awesome.
I'm on them right now, and they call it medication.
But at this moment in time, it doesn't.
Why does the artifact not make us not sober? I mean, come on. It has all these power. Oh, next time we have a wish spell. That's fair.
No, but it does seem that in this moment in time, you are not of that you do not possess currently the different points of interest to my craft. But clicks bird on his shoulder, opens up this time just like as a small latch, and he just like puts in his like entire upper arm into the bird contraption and pulls out a small metal box with like a couple of holes within it, a small little piece of wire sticking out of it, and a switch like on it. If those things would exist,
Like a lever switch or a button?
a button. So if such a thing would exist,
It's a walkie-talkie.
you would see it as walkie-talkie. Yes. And he gets it out, and you, as the one that was holding on to the artifact, hands it to you and goes, "This is one of the apparatuses that I have created. It mimics the spell known as the sending spell. It will recharge itself automatically when left out into sunlight, and it will be usable once a day. As people that are, you could also eat it, I think.
What's it taste like? Is it metal?
A little. It's also
pennies.
yeah, it's
Put
also
it in my bag.
also a little bit greasy because like the screws that he used, like he greased them up a little bit. They
like
slide
nipple
in.
piercings.
I have had great fortitude with the different carriers of the artifact F, so I also believe that before long you will encounter different things that will be interesting to my craft. After all, the artifact has chosen you for a reason.
Wait,
So-
wait.
so-
Do you have a name of the people that had it before?
I do.
Can I, like,
Have them?
yes?
Do you think privacy matters?
No.
Other people seem to do. Sorry.
Well, but why? Because we have the same thing as they had, but maybe they want to talk to us. Because maybe we have something that they lost, and they have to
Is there a
know
way
where
that
they are.
Is there a way that we might retrace them without embarking on their privacy?
For now, I would say that you and I have just become acquaintances. And as such, the relationship must strengthen before we can turn onto that delicate matter.
But we just, I know you from something, and you said we are the same, so you know me from something.
Hold on. I think it is best to drop it here and ask the question again later, because I think a far more interesting situation has unfolded. You say privacy matters, therefore you are a man of ethics and morality, are you not?
Ethics and morality are very much in the eye of the beholder. But certain... Yes.
So,
I barely know her.
then why do you value privacy? But why would you not, for example, value safety? The safety of people, the safety of a kingdom.
I value that which is within my control most of all. And what I do know is that certain individuals do value their privacy. And if I am not in the need to disclose that information that might damage my relationship to these individuals, then I will not.
Are all the people that had this before still alive?
That would also be part of the privacy.
But if they have that, why do they have privacy?
Why did they have privacy? They are dead.
Specifically to maintain
That's
your
right.
good relations with people. A very selfish reason. I can respect
That was really good, is what that was.
Yes.
Very well. Then for now, you have the device that is able to contact me. So if you would find anything that might be of interest to me, do understand that I am very well prepared to do business with you.
To be
Many
clear.
different types of artifice and magic have been created by myself.
I take out the
I am-
creepy water worm teeth, because I broke off a couple.
The green dragon teeth.
Not the green dragon teeth. I'm keeping those because they're worth a lot of money.
the water objects.
the
water
thingies
objects.
that we.
What?
Would you be able to use these or something?
And I.
Thank you.
They taste disgusting.
Yes, they were very disgusting. I'm not using them. I just figured they might be worth something. Also, I rolled a 16 on performance. How good is my sketch?
16, pretty good. Pretty good. Like you've been sketching
It's not,
for a while.
It's not like, but it's like
No, but
people
it's good
will
enough.
recognize.
Yeah, it's good enough that the like you have like the key features, and next to that, golden goblin with lab coat and a lot of gadgets, and that fucking bird.
Fucking
Like,
bird.
yeah.
I love the bird.
Oh, yeah, I love it
Edge
too.
is in
Right.
fucking love with the bird too. It is unlike anything they've ever seen.
Speaking of the bird, he opens it up as a small trash can, as a little bit, and just like throws on all the teeth into the void underneath.
We are
Closes it up again.
offering objects of interest. Perhaps I can interest you in the dermal excretion of an ancient creature known only via legend. Or, in other words, I have 2 vials of aboleth slime.
Ooh, I have dealt with abolas only once or twice before. They are very interesting creatures.
Yes,
Are you willing to part with them?
for the right price. Of course.
For now, I do not know for sure if there is anything that I would be able to part with, because I myself am not yet known what I will be able to do with these files in addition to just simple research practices.
How's your, how much time do you have? Right now.
Depends on how much. What are you trying to say?
Well, I'll give you the vials. Both of them. If you, go to a quick, I'm sure for beings with your capabilities, it should be easy to scout out ahead, perhaps create a spell to quickly, discern the location of any and all owlbears within a certain small region of forest.
Go ahead and make a diplomacy check. Persuasion is not a thing in this game.
We just met a demigod. Hey, can you scout ahead for us? That'd be already so cool.
Isn't that literally what clerics do when they cast those spells?
Yeah,
like hey.
and it's working.
The
That's
divine energy imbued upon them does the thing.
I get a good roll. That's 15 plus 11, bringing me to 26.
Then let this be the first of hopefully a fruitful working relationship.
Excellent.
So I casually but firmly put the vials into his hand. Like I maintain contact for a second. As Tarush, I want to make maybe an Arcana check. I just want to like see if I can. Are there any tingles? You know, like magical little sparks as we touch. Is he radiating power, or is that simply a thing of his mind and intellect?
Hard to say at this moment. Like, this is a very weird individual.
Yeah.
There are many different spells and magical ways of discerning a creature's origin. Like, if you could like detect if he is an extraplanar being, for example, then you could use those sorts of things.
I could just eat Nito up, gobble him up.
Gobble
like
him
I'm
up?
talking cannibalism to absorb his power. Oh.
But before you leave,
But for now, like just with touching him, he's just weird. Like,
Weird, bro.
That's fair. Yeah, I feel kind of weird touching him.
yeah, he smells a little bit of like burnt metal. Like if you've ever been to a forge,
Yep.
where they like actually smelting, burning metal, for lack of a better word, is a very peculiar taste. That is what he smells like.
all right.
But I'm happy with the deal I made. So let's see what he does.
What kind of items are you actually looking for?
Well, I am always keeping eyes out for anything that might be interesting. For example, the different things that you have provided to me today.
So rare stuff, actually.
Rare stuff, and most of the things pertaining to the art of artifice or mechanics.
Okay.
And as he is saying this, he gets Bird out, and he opens Bird up again, and he gets out like this this other box. Like it has a little bit of the same make as the small like walkie-talkie box that you had, but this is a bigger one, and this actually has like a radar screen in the middle of it. But it also has what seems to be like a scroll that's like rolled up from one side to the other, and on it there are like different pictures of different beasts. And he actually like goes in a scroll wheel, goes like through it like bear.
It's like
elk.
a medieval OLED foldable screen.
Yep, like bear, elk, some creatures that you don't realize, some zombie, skeleton, and then eventually like
Samsung range.
owlbear. There we go. And then as he begins to dial it in, we will go ahead and see the what do you call it? I'm not sure what the spell is called, but I think it's like locate.
Finding, locate.
Locate, no.
Like I had it.
Yeah. Like I know a lot of the 5th edition
Yeah, there's a
spells.
third level spell called locate. You learn the direction to the target.
Oh, really?
Yeah. With 500 feet
Oh, there we go,
range.
yeah.
I have it on the screen here. Oh, well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, did I get fed?
We're just doing it because the chat won't feed us.
Well, that's not how it works.
No, we are feeding each other, is what I mean.
If the chat calls for me to be hungry, then I will be hungry. I will die on stream for chat.
Crystal fed you. Do you think you don't want Crystal's food?
500 feet. Well, for now I'm also like doing the game thing. And we still have like 7 minutes.
I give
Okay,
up on my
so
morals very easily.
so normally this spell would only allow for things to be found within 500 feet.
Yeah.
So I will say this: as Nido is casting the spell with his apparatus, eventually he does find, like on the radar image, a couple of blips of owlbears, like far in the distance, and you can hear him. You can hear the device make like these sorts of printing noise, like. And from one side outward, this small button comes, and he gets it up, and he just like slaps it onto your chest. Now then, this small little light will point into the direction of the owlbears once you get close enough by. It will ping around the 500 feet mark. So if you are in the right region, this will point you into the exact direction of your quarry.
Well, if you are not a god, then my man, you are a scholar and a gentleman. Thank you so much.
It is my pleasure. Then I must take my leave now. I still had some other flight tests to do, and it seems that my collision with your vessel has damaged it irreparably for now. So I will need to go back to the place where I can work on it. But if you ever find anything else of use to perhaps me, be sure to give me a call.
I tap the walkie in my bag.
Alam just keeps staring at him.
What is
Very well
language do you speak of?
As you're doing business with you, Nito, ignore the rest, and please, when you have need of our skills, intellectual or lethal, be sure to let us know.
I will keep you all in mind. It is good to know the new owners of the artifact F.
Do understand, however, that despite, well, what you know of my family, we still require proper rewards for our services.
Of course. A fair trade is all that I deal in.
Excellent.
He takes a couple of steps to the side. He gets Bird off of his shoulder, and he just elongates it, because that's something also that Bird can do. He sits on top of it as a sort of like, whatchamacallit, like broomstick.
Yeah.
But instead of a broomstick, he gets like 2 handles out and
Like a Harley Davidson bird?
yeah, but two other wings extend on the sides, and he just goodbye, and he just jumps off the side.
We were below deck.
Oh well, then he walks back up to the deck and he does that. And after that,
But
you
while,
hear-
while he flies away, I'm just like, that was the best thing I've ever seen.
Well, apparently I've seen it before, but I don't know where.
Yes, what the hell?
I don't know, man.
I still think we should kill him and... Wait, did I say that out loud?
Yes, you
Yeah.
did.
No,
No, you will not.
No.
Even if he is a demigod.
You don't
Do you
take-
have any idea what kind of wrath he will bring upon us if we harm him? He
Imagine the loot, though.
doesn't care about the loot.
The
Don't fuck
loot.
with the gods.
I will kick your ass.
To be honest, I think that if we would loot him and we get that bird on our hands, that thing will kill
No.
us before we.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
eat
yes,
us.
yes.
Hair and bone.
Yes, I've been
But we
vetoed.
can
Fair
still
enough.
sell it. We can still sell.
You've been Nito Vito.
No.
Nito, drink.
Veto.
Nito Vito. Alright.
Remember when that was a thing? I have a fucking shirt that said it. The second I finished it, he stopped saying it.
And with that, thank you all for the wild magic source, because with this, Nito has officially entered the stream.
Oh.
Oh yeah?
Nido Schnido.
Lemonade.
Oh yeah.
So I'm out.
Yeah, it's green juice.
So, with that, as Nito leaves the ship behind, as a little bit of a teaser, I will need Charlie for the second day to go ahead and roll me another d20 to see what your travels might instill.
Uh-oh. Are we gonna do the little voice, all of us? Maybe we should have a stream.
I can't. I literally cannot do that. I do believe you need an Adam's apple to do that, boys.
That makes odd amount of
I
sense.
don't know if I can do that voice.
That's a 17, my man.
Yep.
17.
I can do a lot of voices. I do have a goblin
Not really
voice.
good at doing that.
All right.
Maybe no crosstalk, guys.
Don't die.
No, just it's
Then-
like something stuck or something else.
At this very moment, as Nito has leapt off of the side, and you can hear, like, from below the ship, like that same sound that you heard before, like another portal opening up where Nito is swallowed by.
Nito.
What you also hear is the captain just go like, I have no idea who that was, but I'm glad that he left my ship. I am quite done with all of the rarities that have been transpiring over here.
Then don't transport that.
Oh, I still have it. So if anyone wants a trip on a hippogriff, now
Yes, please, I want to do
And just shoots up immediately.
Let's just hope he doesn't
Puts
have
knocks on Olaf's shoulder.
this
But I
dark
wanted to
little
buy
bit.
them.
Like, let's hope you don't get the spell duration
I want
wrong.
to, but I
Like, you're
can.
like, oh, you have time to land. Oh, we didn't.
Yeah.
Too late. Edge is already on the hippogriff. Like, let's fly, bitch.
But as the captain says those words and wants no other weird shit, on the very front of the ship at the bow, the one of the triplets looks downward over the railing and goes, "Sir, I'm afraid you might have been a little bit too early with that," as he peers to what is transpiring underground. And as all of you walk up to see what the hell is going on there,
I'm gonna tell it to swoop down.
we'll go ahead and end today's session.
Cliffhanger.
Well,
We all have anxiety.
Basic storytelling.
that's like next week.
I felt like they had anti-air systems.
I remember what we ended on.
Well, I say we go for violence. I think that should be our answer.
I'm not against me.
Also, one of the very important rules, of course, that we have is that when a viewer does buy a story beat or of the like, we do use that exactly at the moment that it is used. So I would like to add that Nideko has sent me a very detailed explanation of what will transpire, and that also has a very peculiar moment when it will transpire. Yeah, so there's a very good reason that we haven't seen that today, because we will let it play out due to his specification.
That's
Whoa, I'm excited, buddy.
same. Yeah, super curious.
I activated the trap card.
Oh, and remember when I said that you have met his NPC, but partly?
Yeah.
Is it Jack?
It will become more partly by the wild card that he has bought.
No, not you, Jack, but like Archmage Jack.
I don't think so.
Oh, I thought that I was this NPC. I was like, well, good job.
So the guy, the wizard that wanted the Soulstone,
Okay.
Cerulean Circle.
Right.
Okay. I have a thought,
Okay.
but I'm not sure.
Or it's one of those Steve.
It'll have to wait for the next episode, because for now we must take our leave. It is 10 o'clock here in the Netherlands, and we have another busy week ahead of us. So Thank you so much for watching.
Speak for yourself.
Thank you so much for spending your lava points at all of these beautiful thingies and changing the story. And enjoy the last 2 hours of your weekend. We love you. We hope to see you next week when we will actually see what Nideko has brought to the stream. Finally!
Like, I love that this session is like, what is it called? Like hunting or on the hunt or something?
No, then take it to the skies because I already knew like where this is going to be.
Oh, that's fair. And, like previously, I remember when I changed the stream last weekend to the Battlefront thing, it was called like the pack goes on another hunt or something. So then now we're not actually hunting for the whole session. I thought that was really funny. Yeah. Instead, we're just like having role-playing things.
You guys are digging around way more. We know exactly how you play this game.
That's fair. I mean, even for our standards, we were joking around a lot. We were chilling around, but I think that's also the effect of not.
I have the bird calls written down for weeks, guys.
Seriously?
Yeah.
You ain't joking.
No.
So,
Wow, nice.
enjoy the last 2 hours of your weekend. We're off. See you next week.
Bye. Just peeing. Bye.
No, don't read that.
Why are we sharing?
Look, no, it's.
Smile,
everyone.
boys. Smile.